With Mike McGivern, Kara, Dick Basham, John Weiser, and our entire My24 crew set to begin tonight's Week 9 of the high school football season. Tremper and Bradford from Amici Field in Kenosha. Right now we're going to pause and enjoy our national anthem sung by a quartet from Tremper here tonight. Fallon Schultz, Sophia Peterbaugh, Eric Ranyon, and Colin Robertson will perform our national anthem here tonight.
Will go to the Hospice House and the American Cancer Society. Thank you all for being here tonight to help us support such a great cause. Please direct your attention to the field where our varsity players and coaches are joined by their special guests and sponsors, along with the Matrice family as we celebrate the life of Marie Matrice and remember all those friends, family, and loved ones affected by cancer. Now the national anthem will be performed by the quartet of junior Eric Danius, senior Sophia Peterbaugh, sophomore Colin Robertson, and senior Fallon Schultz.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Feels like football weather out here finally, as the temperature's in the 40s here tonight, going to drop into the upper 30s before it's all said and done here this evening. A great matchup, a rivalry game here tonight. Part of this evening's festivities are part of this Cancer Awareness Night, and sponsored by the Tremper Trojan Touchdown Club. And they're playing tonight in memory of Marie Matrice. Frank Matrice, the head coach. That is his sister who passed away a year ago from lung cancer. There you see Frank Sr. to your right in that picture, along with the Matrice family. Part of the festivities here tonight in honor of Marie, as they've raised money and fundraising for this event here tonight. And a very classy thing that they've done here this evening in honoring the Matrice family.
Yeah, well, it really is. I've known the Matrice family for a long time. Frank Sr. was the athletic director at Kenosha St. Joe.
Spent many a time in his office, let me tell you.
Did you really? Okay. I hope it was pleasant. But Frank is a true professional, and his young son, Frank Jr., who's the coach at Tremper, is just like he's a chip off the old block, and does a great job and does everything the right way. So I'm glad that they could honor him tonight.
Tremper will receive to start our ball game. They're in the blue jerseys tonight. Bradford in the white jerseys. Tremper will defend the north goal to our left. As you get a look at Frank Matrice Jr., the head football coach here. Hard to believe, 30 years involved in coaching. There's Matt Rizzo, coach at Bradford. His first year as a head coach, a former player under Frank Matrice, former coach, an assistant coach as much as last year with this Tremper team.
He was the offensive coordinator last year at this time in this game. And he's going to be a really good head coach. I went and watched his practice, and even though it's been kind of a tough year, they're a very young team, and he's going to do a great job for him.
Alex Marco set to kick off. Nick Santelli and Donovan Wesley standing deep, and we are underway. It'll be a squib kick. It'll be rolling around near the 30-yard line, picked up by one of the short men here on the near side. That's Liam Peterson, and Peterson coming across the 35 near the 36-yard line, brought down by Chris Martinez. So Tremper, pretty good field position here at their own 35-yard line to get things started offensively. They'll have Willie Biggie at quarterback, 6 foot, 185, and a senior, running the offense. His backs will be Eugene Shulsky at running back. The fullback will be Anthony Raimondi.
They got good field position, 35-yard line to start out with.
Now they'll rotate out. They'll bring Raimondi in at fullback. They'll split the backfield. They'll work primarily from pistol and shotgun here tonight. And the handoff. And the first carry of the ball game going to go to Shulsky. And Shulsky brought down by Taylor Stoner. Good to have Stoner back. He left the ball game last week against Oak Creek. There's our starting offensive line for Tremper.
Yeah, Leif Nedweski, Matt Wolf, you talked about earlier, Brian Newberry, Patrick Worth, and Alex Busco. Caden Wright, Gage Gessert, and Eugene Shulsky are the receivers, and also a running back, Anthony Raimondi and Nick Santelli.
They'll hand it off one more time as they try and work it to Shulsky across the 40 out to the 41-yard line, where he is stopped there short of the first down. Guerrero making the stop defensively, and there's the defensive line.
Yeah, Tavares Cannon, Pieo Guerrero, and Maurice Bland, Tony Smith.
Linebackers, a good group there as well, led by LaRyan Johnson at that linebacker spot. In the secondary, we mentioned Taylor Stoner, 2 interceptions this year, left the ball game last week against Oak Creek, and Oak Creek proceeded to complete 6 consecutive passes in the second half, leading to the Oak Creek victory. Third and short, they'll roll him out, and Biggie under pressure gets away. Comes back near side, has a receiver coming back, makes the diving catch at the 35 of Bradford. It'll be a first down coming back. Caden Wright, the tight end, able to help his quarterback coming back on the pattern to make the catch on the first down.
Well, it didn't happen the way they drew it up. He started to his left and got chased back. A good block by Eugene Shulsky there to give him a chance to throw the ball, and a diving catch by Caden Wright made it a successful play.
Gain of 24 and a first down for Tremper, a first bank first down. Our first one of the ball game. They'll toss it to Shulsky right side. Cut off, cuts it back at the normal, gets the seam inside the 30 and rolled down near the 25-yard line.
Yeah, a little toss to the right and good blocking up in front. Opened up a little lane and just ran right down the lane opened up by the blockers. Here's a replay right here. Toss to the right. Good cutback, a little over pursuit by the defense, and a very successful play on first down.
Gain of 12 and a first bank first down. Again, thank you to First Bank Financial Center for being our first down sponsor all season on Thursday Night Lights. First Bank Financial Center, one bank, one resource. Biggie will hand it off. Shulsky tries the left side, dives forward near the 20. Pickup of about 3, maybe 4 on the play. Eugene Shulsky, a junior, 2-year starter, as he was brought down by Chris Martinez, the outside linebacker. We want to remind you that Thursday Night Lights, presented by Wendy's, is available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com. Click on the Thursday Night Lights link. You can also find complete game videos and photos from this season's games. 2nd and 7, just shy of the 20-yard line. They'll work it off the right hash. They'll fake the handoff. Biggie will roll left. Has a man open. Completes the pass far side. Raimondi. Raimondi down the far sideline inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown, Tremper. Anthony Raimondi, his 5th touchdown of the season. A little swing out to the near side, rolling the quarterback Biggie away from pressure.
Yeah, you'll see a fake to the right here, a running play to the right. Pull the guard out, give him some protection, and you just dump it in the flat. And they got Bradford outflanked, and that's what happens when that turns out to be a touchdown.
Well, they've been practicing all week that particular play. I was at practice Monday. That's all they ran, about 12 consecutive times working that play. Kick for the extra point is blocked.
Yeah, well,
so a 6-0 lead here for Tremper early on, 3 minutes into our contest. Tony Smith, I believe, got in there to block that kick.
Well, that could be an important point down the road. But Bradford is very aggressive on defense and have a tendency to over-pursue, and they're taking advantage of that pursuit right there. So that'll slow them down a little bit, probably.
So Tremper holding true to form here. They needed to get off to a quick start. They did here so far. That first drive, the big play out here to Caden Wright, who helped his quarterback out on 3rd and 4.
Well, Bradford is very much a running football team. They most of their passes are play-action passes, and they do score that way, but that's not how they really get it done. And running teams don't like to come from behind. Now, one score is not the end of the world, but if they get down 2 or 3 scores, that can be a problem.
So a nice drive, 65 yards, capped off by the touchdown pass from Biggie to his fullback, Anthony Raimondi. And for Biggie, that is his 9th touchdown pass of the year. There you see the drive, 6 plays, 65 yards in just under 3 minutes.
Now Matt Wolf is going to kick off. He's the guy we talked about in the pregame. He's a guard on left guard on offense and a linebacker on defense, but this is a very important job also right here.
Line drive kick. Zulsdorf will take inside his 5, up the near side across the 15, hole over the 30. Big hole for Zulsdorf, and he gets out to the 42-yard line. Good return. Out across the 40 will set Bradford up nicely, making the stop. Matt Wolf, the kicker, getting down the field.
Well, he had a flotilla of blockers out there, I'll tell you. I thought he was going to go all the way, but Wolf is not your normal kicker. He's a linebacker kicker, so he was able to save the play.
Let's head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, here with Ron Davies, Wisconsin Hall of Fame coach Ron Davies from Tremper High School. Ron, how are you?
Real good, Mike, and I'll tell you, what a great night for a football, great game, well-coached teams, competitive, great football atmosphere. So I brought my grandson, Ben Fons, who plays flag football in the Franklin Recreational League.
Hey, Ben, you like football? Yeah, what do you like most about football?
Blocking and having fun.
And having fun with your friends?
Yes.
Yeah, you're proud of your grandfather. He's a great high school football coach. You know that?
Yes.
You want to say hi to your team real quick? What's the name of your team?
Blue Sharks.
There, say hi to them. Say, hey, boys.
Hey, boys.
There you go. Back to you up in the booth.
All right. A future Hall of Famer right there.
15 seconds of fame.
That's right. Zulsdorf took the direct snap on the first play. This is Mitchell Hoff, the quarterback, around the right side across midfield to the Tremper 49, close to a first down.
Well, Mitchell Hoff is only a sophomore, and he's had good success running this year, and that was a good start for Tremper. They're going to mix it up a little bit. Mangum's the guy they need to stop, but they're going to decoy it a little bit, I think, to start the game.
Well, we were talking with Matt Rizzo, very young team, but at some experienced positions here, or some good positions to be young at, to develop here.
Right.
Again, Zulsdorf takes the direct snap, trying to go around the right side on first down, and he's going to squeak out a yard. Chad Sakuris there, the junior, on the outside linebacker there to make the tackle, one of the leading tacklers on this Tremper team.
Well, this is what Matt Rizzo calls a single wing, and that single wing was a great offense many years ago. There still are a few teams that run it around the country, but not many. And the closest I know is Menominee, Michigan, but either can snap to either one of those two backs back there.
This will be Zulsdorf again, trying to go around the left side, has a convoy, cuts it up at the inside the 40, and wrestled down near the 38-yard line, close to another first bank first down. In on the stop defensively There's Nelson there, Jacob Nelson, the junior reserve linebacker, as we take another look.
Well, a key block was thrown by number 27, Matteo Infusino, and that was allowed him to get the corner, made it a successful play.
So Bradford taking advantage of the kickoff across their own 40, able to march it into Tremper territory. They trail 6-0 on the early Tremper touchdown. And Zulsdorf, this time he'll hand it off. This is Magnum coming around the right side with room. Magnum with a convoy inside the 20. Magnum to the 10. Touchdown, Bradford. Jay Mangum going misdirection right side, takes it in, and Bradford has tied this game up at 6 apiece.
Well, again, they're taking advantage of Tremper over pursuing, stopping those wide plays to the left that they've been running, and all of a sudden you see two linemen and a back leading that play around the corner, and there's nobody home when he gets out there. And he goes pretty much untouched all the way to the end zone.
17th touchdown of the year for Magnum. And the key block there, again, Matteo Infusino sealed that right side for him.
Yeah, that'll
the kick
help,
for the extra point is good.
Right.
7-6, Bradford claims the lead here with just over 7 minutes to play here in this first quarter. We told you it was going to be an exciting ball game, playoff-like atmosphere, and both teams doing what they do best here early on offense. So A big return touchdown here for Bradford to get on the top 7-6. We go down to the sideline, our other sideline reporter this season, and we take it down to Kara.
Thank you guys very much. I'm standing here with Steve Paul, district managers for Wendy's Restaurants. We're also joined by Frosty behind us. Steve, how you doing tonight?
Great. How are you, Kara?
I'm great. And from what I understand, I mean, we can see it. You guys are all over TNL. You guys are great community supporters. How can we find out about some fundraising opportunities?
Well, we have a great program. We call it the Frosty program. You come into your neighborhood Wendy's, just ask for the GM. They'll take you through the program. It's fun. It's simple. And it's a great way to earn money for your organization or your school.
That's great. And you guys have some new items on your menu?
Yeah, we have a fabulous, awesome chicken pub pretzel sandwich available now. It's going to be there for a while, so come in and enjoy it and have fun with it.
Sounds great. And back to you guys in the booth.
Kara, thank you so much, and a treasured member of our team this year. We appreciate you being part of the Thursday Night Lights team here on My 24.
Well, on that kickoff, it looked like it was an onside kick, but that's not the philosophy that Bradford has. What they do is they pick out certain players and try to kick the ball to them, and usually players who are not used to handling the ball. If they mishandle it, then they have a chance to recover it.
It's Donald Lipper up front who got the first piece. She took a look at the scoring play. Just 5 plays on that scoring drive for Bradford to answer. 7-6 Red Devils. Now they'll pitch it out. Shulsky trying to get the edge here near side. Has some room. Down the near sideline, and he's hammered at midfield. As he got to the midfield stripe, Tavares Cannon lowered the boom, so to speak, on Shulsky.
Yeah, he did lower the boom, but he also used a nice stiff arm there to ward off that first tackler. Pitch from Biggie right there, missed the number, but that was a good stiff arm, and good defense knocked him out of bounds as well.
Gain of 8 on the play, sets up 2nd down and 2 from midfield.
Yeah, he put the stiff arm on Taylor Stoner.
Taking the direct snap. This is Santelli taking a page out of the Bradford book. Santelli spins his way down to the 42-yard line. Ryan Johnson finally brought him down, but a first down for the Trojans at the Bradford 43-yard line.
A little counter action. Both teams trying to take advantage of the other team's pursuit.
Santelli, a second-team all-conference player a year ago. 1st and 10, Tremper from the Bradford 43. Shulsky the single back. They'll line up a double wing here on the near side. They'll toss it. Shulsky goes up the middle. Takes a couple of tacklers with him inside the 40 down to the 36-yard line is Shulsky. Gain of about 7, maybe 8 on the play. Cannon again in on the stop, the defensive end for the Red Devils.
Well, Shulsky does a good job. A little toss to the right. First time they ran that, it went wide. This time the alley opened up inside. He just cut back and got about 8 yards in that first down. That's huge for Tremper.
Again, they'll break it out. Go with a slot receiver. That is Romunde, the fullback, and then he drags Santelli in motion far side. And they'll give it to Shulsky. Shulsky to the line of scrimmage and then squeaks out maybe a yard down to the 35-yard line. Ryan Johnson right there, almost immediately in the backfield that time to take Shulsky down.
Well, you see that Tremper does a lot of shifting to start their formations. They put 3 in the backfield and then shift them 2 to the right, split them up, 2 to the left, whatever. Trying to gain an advantage lineup-wise is on the defense. And you can see also that Bradford will be running across the formation and adjusting to that as well.
3rd and a yard. Shulsky diving forward right side, able to get the first down to the 32-yard line, maybe the 31. Ethan Corrigan able to make the stop. Senior linebacker for Bradford, but it will be enough for another first down for the Trojans. 7-6 your score midway through our first quarter. Both teams scoring on their opening drives here tonight. Again, they'll send out the fullback and the flanker, Santelli and Romunde. Romunde lined up in a slot left side, Santelli in motion. He'll take the direct handoff on this jet sweep, breaks the tackle, gets back to the 30-yard line, and he is hammered late, penalty marker down. Penalty markers on the tackle, Matt Capelli right there. And it was Chris Martinez who got in the backfield, I think, Dick, that blew that play up.
Yeah, Martinez had a chance, got a hand on him, but he couldn't bring him down.
Our first penalty of the ball game.
Tavares Cannon, I think, unintentionally got a piece of the helmet.
Neil Brunner, our official again here tonight as we take another look.
Yeah, right there. Martinez had a shot, and you can see the inadvertent face mask, but it's still a penalty. No excuse me's in football.
So the 15-yard penalty will march it to the 15 of Bradford and a first down for Tremper. So 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line.
Well, Tremper's been able to get their yardage here on the ground. We'll see if they come up with a play-action pass like they did the first time they had the ball.
Biggie will take the snap. He wants to throw. Comes back right side. Completes the pass here near side inside the 10 and wrestled out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice play that time. So they swung it out to Gage Gessert, the tight end.
Yeah, another really good player, two-way player for them. Only has 4 receptions on the year, so that's a little unusual for a tight end. He was very open, though. Just a little drop back and throw.
Able to beat Zulsdorf there, got a step on him.
He got position on him. He's a strong safety playing a little bit more inside. He went down and out. Was able to get enough room to catch the ball.
Shulsky inside the 5, dives forward to the goal line. Touchdown, Tremper. That was all Shulsky once he got inside the 5. Lorian Johnson, the last man there. And Shulsky able to take him into the end zone. Eugene Shulsky scores the touchdown, the second one of the ball game tonight for the Trojans.
Well, those guys up front are really doing a great job. Alex Buski over on the right here, Patrick Worth. You see number 55, that's Worth right there leading the blocking. Got Brian Newberry, whose uncle was a outstanding professional player. Matt Wolf, we've talked about already, and Leif Nudwiski.
Well, because they missed or had their extra point blocked on the first touchdown, they will try for 2 here.
Well, there's different theories on this. They're trying to get back on the schedule of 7 points for each score.
Biggie will swing it out to Shulsky. Shulsky diving forward, lost the football, and it rolls out of bounds just short of the goal line. So it'll go as an incomplete pass, and the 2-point conversion goes by the wayside. We'll take our first break. 12-7, Tremper on top of Bradford.
Starting at 7 p.m. Fan favorite shows, races, meets, and sales of crime, murder, medical emergencies, and more each night of the week. Law and Order SVU, always Law and Order Criminal Intent, House and Hunt, make weeknights, Ryan Coates for drama, My 24. My 24 loves movies, and we want you to share the fun. Starting October 28th, watch the midday movie event and weekday at 2 p.m. for your chance to score thanks to 4 packs of Marcus Theater Movie Fest. Don't forget to purchase your bubble sign for the Cancer Bubble Tribute at halftime. Did you know that
Trojans 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, and Tremper with the 5-point lead. They've missed the 2 extra points on their touchdowns, but a 9-play, 58-yard drive against snappy fashion. Just over 3 minutes was Shulsky's 9-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I don't know if Tremper's had trouble this year with extra points or not, but they didn't even try it. They went right for the 2, and now they're down by 2.
Kickoff will drift through the hands of the man back. It'll roll through the end zone. Automatic touchback as Dontrell Smith had it go through his hands, the senior back there on the kick return unit. But again, in high school football, once it gets through the end zone, it's the automatic touchback.
Well, you might be wondering, since he touched it, does he have to do it? But it's all based on who put the ball in the end zone, and the kicker put it in the end zone. If he would have caught it or made it go in the end zone, then he would have to get it out of there. That's how the rule works.
King of the Hill is back. You can hang out with Hank Hill, his family, and all of his rowdy friends. Don't miss King of the Hill weeknights at 5, only on My Place for Fun, My 24. 3:45 to go here, first quarter, 12-7. Tremper on top. Bradford, their second possession from their own 20. They will hand it off, try and pound it up that right side. Not much there for Mangum as he gets a couple on the play. His second time he's touched the ball tonight.
Yeah, he's a battering ram, really. But you saw in the first play he carried, he has the speed also to go all the way. But primarily he's that battering ram up the middle when he's in the fullback position.
Give him 4 yards on the carry, 2nd down, 6. Mitch Hoff going to try the right side, breaking tackles across the 30. Mitch Hoff still on his feet, out at the midfield. Into Tremper territory, down to the Trojan 46-yard line. Mitchell Hoff, the sophomore quarterback, pulled it back in from the belly of his running back that time, able to take it into Tremper territory as we get one more look.
Well, that's a very nice run for the sophomore. Interesting, because talking to the Tremper coaches this week, they said they don't usually run the option part of the option. They just give it to the fullback. With that case, that's what happens when you can keep it.
30-yard run as this time they turn and give to Dontrell Smith, and Smith short of the 40 at Tremper.
A little counter action again, trying to keep the defense honest, not over pursuing.
Mike Field, we mentioned him in our pregame. Field, the junior defensive end.
He's going to be he'll probably make a lot of tackles tonight if they are running off tackle.
2nd down, 5. Mangum up the right side, inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. Going to be short of the 1st down.
Both teams' offensive lines are really doing a good job. We didn't mention Bradford's offensive line. Logan Schmalling on the left tackle, Seth Stinker's the left guard. Chris Ben is the center. Steve Melodic is the right guard, and Matt Hernandez is the right tackle.
Mangum again. 1st down inside the 35, down to the 34-yard line where he is brought down. Wrestled down on the play by Jordan Littell. That's another first down here for the Red Devils. Up and down the field we go here with 1:50 to go here in the 1st quarter.
Both defenses are having trouble getting their feet on the ground here and figuring out what's going on.
Nice run by Mangum again, able to rip it inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. 8-yard run, Jacob Nelson there again, his 3rd tackle already tonight. On schedule here now, sets up a 2nd down and 2. Try and pound it up the middle with Mangum again. Forward progress inside the 25. Should have enough for the 1st down. Gage Gessert going both ways at tight end and inside linebacker. Gessert able to step in for the tackle. So 1st and 10, Bradford. Hoff wants to throw. Swings it out, completes the pass here on the near side. Infacino inside the 5, out of bounds at the 2. Mateo Infacino with the catch. Jordan Littell in on the stop. So Hoff going through the air finds his junior running back, Mateo Infacino.
Well, I mentioned earlier Bradford doesn't throw a lot of passes, but when they do, they're usually successful because it's play action off of their running game, and they run the ball so well. The defense is out of position.
Dontrell Smith stuffed at the 2 for no gain. Good defense that time by the Trojans. Gessert and Nelson both there on the stop. Under a minute to go here in this 1st quarter, and Bradford knocking on the door, facing a 2nd and goal from the 3.
Well, this quarter has flown by. There's not a lot of passing going on. That keeps the clock running and moving right along.
Mangum will line up in the backfield. They'll put Smith in at a wing. Mangum tries to pound his way right side. Nothing doing there. Running up on the stop that time. Sexton, I believe, in there. Also
Logan Schmalling, number 53.
Yep.
Right.
And Jacob Barnd as well.
No, I got the wrong team.
Watch that one again. They were right there. That's a great tackle right there.
Yeah, Brad, Jacob Barnd, that's who I meant.
3rd and goal, our final play of this 1st quarter is Dontrell Smith trying to get the outside, breaks a tackle, touchdown Bradford. The Red Devils score as time expires here in the 1st quarter. Gage Gessert had a chance, but Dontrell Smith got the edge. The senior running back gets the touchdown for the Red Devils.
Well, that was a really nice drive right there, and this is just bouncing to the outside. You see Gessert has a shot at him, can't make the play, and it's a touchdown for Bradford. They have a chance to go up by 2 points here now if they make this extra point.
Third touchdown of the year for Dontrell Smith. Marco to track on the extra point. High snap, gets it down, kick to the uprights, and it is good. 14-12 Bradford as we head into our second quarter from Kenosha. Amici Field, Thursday Night Lights, presented by Wendy's. Tremper here tonight from Amici Field in Kenosha, and that's exactly what it's been, up and down the field, both of these teams. Bradford capping off an 80-yard drive with the Dontrell Smith touchdown to reclaim the lead as they'll try and pooch kick it again here to the short side. And it'll be picked up by one of the upbacks, Emilio Prado, that time with the return. Scotty Bobek on the tackle special teams for the Red Devils.
Good field position, 37-yard line to start the. And Bradford doesn't try to kick it deep. They just try to pick on people, so to speak, and it didn't work out so well that time for Bradford.
And again, it's special teams by committee. There's no special teams coach. Everybody participates on the special teams.
Yeah, that's their philosophy.
So Tremper has it at their own 37-yard line. Fake the handoff. This is Biggie coming around the right side. Has some blockers. Biggie taking the ball out to the 45-yard line. Chris Martinez chased him down. So again, Tremper taking some pages out of the Bradford offensive playbook this time.
Well, you can see who's keying on who, because there's three guys running to the right and Biggie's going. The defense is right and Biggie's on the other side going to his right, and they're all going in opposite directions. So it turned out to be a good play, 8-yard gain.
Biggie averaging just under, or just over, I should say, 2 yards per carry coming into the game. Picks up 8 on this particular play. 2nd down and 2 from their own 45. Shulsky and Ramonde in the backfield. From the pistol. They'll fake to Ramonde, swing it out to Shulsky here on the right side, and he'll get out of bounds. Good job by Zulsdorf and company. Able to flag him out. That was Taylor Stoner also out there. As we said, Stoner with the ankle injury last week against Oak Creek, but dressed and playing here tonight.
Good tonight. Yeah, that play was pretty much doomed because the defense was all over it. They didn't go for the fake, and they read the pitch.
Get one more look
right
here.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. There we go.
A little swing pass right there. And Stoner was all over it.
Now we want to remind you, Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's is available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com and click on the Thursday Night Lights link. You can also find complete game videos and photos from this season's games.
To 11 minutes, 3 seconds. 03.
Neil Brunner, our official, wants to reset the game clock here. So we're all set. Add a couple more seconds onto that clock, bring it back up to 11:03. Now we got everything set. Umpire will step away, and big 3rd down here, 3rd and 5 here for Tremper, their own 42-yard line. 3 receivers here to the near side. Biggie looks that way. Now being chased, has to dump it off, and he keeps it and is sacked back near the 25-yard line. Thought he was going to try and get rid of it, then tucked it back down. Matt Capelli, the junior, able to come in at the inside linebacker. They get the sack for the Red Devils and force our first punt of the night.
Well, you can see Capelli right here. First of all, got chased by Martinez, I think, and then
Tony Smith.
Tony Smith, sorry. And then Capelli finished him off. So that puts Tremper back deep to punt, and that's going to give Bradford some pretty good field position.
Stoner back at his own 40, awaiting the punt from Gage Gessert. High snap. Gessert gets this one away. A knuckling punt. Stoner will run. Let it hit the turf. He'll get away from it. Take a Tremper roll to the 38-yard line, and that's it. So Bradford will get good field position on our first punt tonight. Time now to tackle our Kaplan University Trivia Challenge. Text the word Kaplan to 58447 to play for a chance to win a Kindle Fire. Message and data rates may apply. You'll receive 2 messages with a trivia question and answer. Text HELP if you need assistance. Mobile privacy policy and terms and conditions are available on my24milwaukee.com. Thank you to Kaplan University, sponsor this year on Thursday Night Lights. We appreciate them taking part in our broadcast this year. 1st and 10, Bradford. And it's Mitch Hoff, nowhere to go. Good defense by Tremper that time. They smoked that one out early. Kept their eye on the quarterback and were able to bring him down.
Yeah, that was just fake the fullback left and then turned back to the right. There was nothing there. Huh?
Jacob Nelson, a busy man here tonight, the 5'8 junior. In on that stop, just a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. This time Mangum gets it out to the 45-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play for Mangum, brought down by Littell. Jordan Littell, the junior, 5'8", 170, a strong safety. Trojan faithful out in force here tonight.
Well, there's nothing fancy about that play, but you can see how quick Mangum gets off the ball. He was in that line so fast. The defense doesn't have much time to react.
3rd and 3 for the Red Devils. Just across their own 45-yard line. Mangum picks his way across midfield. Mangum down the near sideline. Mangum inside the 35 and wrestled down at the 30. Chasing him down, Matt Boobin, the junior, but not before Mangum picks up a first bank first down as we get another look.
Again, you can see right here coming right at you, following his guard, pops through the line. That was Matt Hernandez, the right tackle, who was pulled up inside and led that play. Well done.
Into Tremper territory at the Trojan 31-yard line. 29-yard run. They'll pitch it out to Smith. Dontrell Smith trying to set the edge left side. Has some room down the left numerals. Inside the 15 and down short of the 10-yard line. Dontrell Smith, when he gets going, he gets that edge set. He is gone. Nathan Dillow able to bring him down. And again, good blocking on that left side.
Well, that's typical Bradford football right there. They have the linemen in very tight. They have the defense, as a result, packed in very tight. He takes 2 steps and he's on the move, and they toss it to him, and he gets that outside edge before the defense can react, and they get a big gain as a result.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Up the middle, pushing his way forward inside the 5, down near the 4-yard line. So we head back downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, listen to Frank Matrice and the offensive Kenosha Tremper coaches trying to figure out where they're blitzing from. Offensive linemen a little bit confused. They're trying to figure it out at this point. We'll see if it helps them next time they get the ball.
Yeah, it sure messed him up last time, that's for sure.
2nd and 2 from the 3. This time they'll try Smith again, and he'll be wrapped up. Check that. That was Mateo Infacino.
He almost lost the handle on it, too.
He did well to hang on to that football there.
But you can see, this is typical Bradford football. Fullback up the middle, and then the halfback, wingback to the outside. Now the wingback on the counter. It's just back and forth, and then what it does is kind of freezes the defense where they are.
Well, 3rd and short.
Yeah.
Mangum will get the call. Pounds his way to the goal line. And touchdown Bradford. Late signal from the officials, but Mangum pounds his way to the end zone. Littell, the last man there.
Yeah, Jordan Littell came in and put a good hit on him, but Mangum was able to push him forward. Right there's the hit.
And again, Mateo Infacino, I'll tell you what, he's done well here tonight. That lead block, Mangum able to follow him right through the hole.
And that's one of those deals where you block a little bit, we'll give you the ball once in a while and keep you happy, and that's the way it works at Bradford.
High snap, they able to get it down, and Marco puts it through. Mitchell Hoff able to get that one on the tee, and Bradford extends their lead out to 21-12. Just over 7 minutes left. Mangum, his 2nd touchdown tonight.
Well, this is starting to look like that 84-82 Wisconsin Lutheran Oconomowoc game here. We're just barely into almost halfway through the second quarter. We got 33 points scored already.
But in Facino tonight, I wanted to get back to it. The last couple of plays that set Dontrell Smith up to the outside and Magnum on the inside, it's in Facino who's doing the blocking.
He's the lead blocker out, and that's why he's there, because he'll block.
You know, Matt Rizzo was quoted in the Kenosha News this week as saying he's the lunch hat and hard hat and lunch pail guy, so to speak.
I would agree with that 100%. And he's the kind of guy, I'll do this for you 3 or 4 plays if you just give it to me once in a while. Give me a chance to run with it. So that's a fair deal.
Well, let's see what they do on this kick here by Marco. He's been kicking them short, little chips here just above the first wave on special teams.
Yeah, you see Infocino's right down here where the ball is, and that's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah. That's the danger you have by trying to pick somebody out and trying to kick it at them. Kickoff going out of bounds here.
Get it at the 35.
That's right. Tremper will get good field position here.
Bounds, kicking team. Ball will be placed on 35 line. First down, Tremper.
Neil Brunner, our referee here tonight. Well, if you like Family Guy, you'll love the Cleveland show. There'll be good times, bad times, even a bear. Don't miss his mustached face. It's the Cleveland show, weeknights at 5:30 right here on My 24. 7:12 remaining first half, 21-12. Bradford on top of Tremper.
Tremper's got to get back on track here. They could go down 2 scores.
Let's see if Mike's little tidbit about finding the blitzers works out, but not that time as Santelli wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Nick Santelli on the carry. And I think it was Tony Smith and company there. As we take a look, here comes the blitz right at you.
Right. What they're doing is taking the gaps, and we had Martinez and in the gap, and Tony Smith also is there. So they're just trying to get penetration and throw off the timing. And
it's a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Biggie wants to throw. Sets it up, finds Ramundi, but he's wrapped up immediately. Just a short gain. Nice job by Steve Stover. The free safety was all over Ramundi as that ball came in.
The other thing I think is giving Tremper a little bit of trouble, the line is slanting. And then that time they all slanted to the play. And that makes it hard to block and keep them from tracking it down.
Well, critical third down here for Tremper once again. 3rd and 7 from their own 38-yard line. Throws Santelli, Ramundi. And a slot receiver here as Biggie wants to swing it out to Shulsky. Shulsky with some room gets a nice block across the 40 to the 45 midfield. 45 of Bradford, tripped up from behind and brought down near the 35-yard line of Bradford. Steve Stover perhaps saving a touchdown there for the Red Devil defense.
Yeah, I think he did, but there was a really good block out on Shulsky, and we got a flag here.
Get one more look here. Shulsky able to wait patiently that time. Nice block there.
He didn't get the number, but it's well done. And must be a block in the back or something here.
Block in the back.
Yep.
Offense. 10-yard penalty spot of the foul. Replay, 3rd down.
Had to have been behind the play because I didn't see it while the play was going on.
Spot of the foul, so they'll mark it off where it occurred, move it back to the 38-yard line, essentially back to the original line of scrimmage, and replay the 3rd down here for Tremper. Well, that's a costly penalty.
It really is, yeah. And
it's about a 32-yard penalty from where you're looking at based on where
Coach Matrice was not real excited about the call, so it must have been borderline. I didn't see it, so I can't comment on it. But Pat Miles, who was the official there, is an outstanding official.
It's a good crew. Very good crew.
Yeah, this is as good a crew as there is.
Biggie will work from the gun. Here comes the blitz. They'll try the screen ball. Deflected, knocked down, incomplete. I think it was Martinez who got the hand on it coming in on the blitz. Got his arms up. Able to knock it away. Capelli also there, the captain of that defense. Well, one more look.
Martinez has been in there in the last 2 or 3 plays, and somebody's got to block him. And this, even though it's a screen pass, you still have got to direct him where you want him away from the ball.
So Bradford defense turning Tremper away. That penalty costly for the Trojans, taking away a 1st down in Bradford territory.
Well, that's 2 series in a row now that Bradford's had the answer and stopped him, forced him to punt. So far, Tremper hasn't been able to figure that out for their defense.
Stoner from his own 29. Trying to find an edge, trying to get to the outside, losing yardage. Now cuts it back upfield, penalty marker down as he's rolled out of bounds on the far sideline, and a late flag thrown there as well.
Well, Matt Boubon
Chased
had a
out of
chance
there.
to get him, but he just couldn't get a hold of him down there.
We'll check out, we had a flag here on the near sideline and a flag on the far sideline. Neil Bruner's crew gonna sort this one out.
I don't know if that was on the far side, might have been a face mask.
I'll be there one of these days.
Tremper offense will come back to the sideline and huddle up in front of Frank Matrice while the officials sort this one out, and we'll hear from Neil Brunner.
Might be offsetting penalties, I don't know.
Personal foul, live ball on the return team. After the play, personal foul, kicking team. Ball will be placed at the spot at the 35. First down.
And we'll take our break right here as Bradford will have it at their own 35 when we come back, leading 21-12
timeout.
on My 24. Red Devils leading by a score of 21-12. Mike McGivern, Kara, and Dick Basham, our entire My 24 crew. John Weiser with you tonight. Week 9 of the high school football season. Playoff-like atmosphere here tonight. Play action fake. Hoff wants to swing it out wide open here on the near side is Mangum, I should say, who makes the catch, high-stepping his way into Tremper territory and out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Emilio Prado finally able to get to Mangum.
Well, for a running team like Bradford, first down is a good passing down because 9 out of 10 times they're going to run it on first down. So they got a good play action there. And Hoff was able to find Mangum down the sideline, and very successful play. Got him about 17 yards.
First down for Bradford here as we into the latter stages of our second quarter here tonight. Hoff will get them set. Dontrell Smith again trying to get the edge left side. Breaks out of a tackle there, breaks another tackle, loses the football, but then falls back on top of it. Good job by Tremper trying to force the turnover. It was Dillo out there, along with Jacob Nelson, as we take one more look.
Well, they did a pretty good job of stringing this play out and keeping it from turning up. You see the tell right there, trying to make the play. Couldn't quite get the handle on him. Another whiff on the play, and finally gets lucky and it rolls right back to him.
Result of the play is a first down at the Trojan 38-yard line. Dontrell Smith lucky to hang on to that football as Mangum again trying up the middle. The Trojan defense stout there, able to hold back. Littell right there once again. Gain of 1 just across the line of scrimmage. Will set up a 2nd and 9.
Well, both these teams are really well coached and they really get after each other. And of course, we talked about the fact that it's a crosstown rivalry, but you can see these are two teams that have not had the type of years they normally have, and they're really getting after it and playing some good football.
Wings are Infacino and Smith. Now Smith in motion back to the left wing with Mangum in the backfield. Mangum gets the call. Mangum, big hole. Mangum inside the 30 to the 25. Breaks a tackle to the 20 and out of bounds at the 15. Nice run there. 22 yards by Mangum. Finally brought down by Matt Boubon.
Yeah, Prado had a shot at him but couldn't get a hold of his ankle. Missed tackle on the line of scrimmage there as well. And once Mangum gets into the secondary, he's a problem because he's a good runner. Uses his blockers and gets the most he can out of every play.
Mangum coming in. Mangum 1,250 yards, averaging almost 7 yards per carry. This time they'll toss it. Smith Left side, Smith breaks the tackle to 15, inside the 10, lowers the shoulder down to the 8-yard line. Dontrell Smith coming into the game just 47 carries, but making the most of it, 5.5 yards per gain.
Well, I'm talking to Lonzo Bradford, the deep coordinator at Tremper. Yes, his name is Bradford, and he's at Tremper. He said that they've had trouble with tackling all year as a team, and that's starting to show up a little bit right here. A lot of missed tackles in the last few plays here.
Put it down just inside the 10.
Zulsdorf.
I should say, pounds it inside the 5, down to the 2, picks up a first down. Luke Zulsdorf, as we said, primarily defender, but
Right.
in there for the energy that he provides offensively, takes the direct snap.
Well, plus he's also 210 pounds. And he's a strong kid. He's really put together, and he's that 7-yard average per carry is not to be denied.
Nathan Dillow getting to know Zulsdorf quite well
Right.
here, making that stop. As Magnum will power to the goal line. Touchdown, Bradford once again. Well, they make it look easy there. Just pound it right up the gut. It was Zulsdorf again. Let's take one more look.
Yeah, direct snap right to him. Off fakes to the right, and it's just man-on-man up front, and the guys in the white are winning the battles right now.
Kudos to that offensive line. Schmeling, Tinker, Ben, Malotic, and Hernandez as
Right.
the kick for the extra point is up and good by Marco. Bradford extends their lead 28-12 with 2:46 to play here in this first half.
Well, you know, this is interesting. Bradford, this is their third head coach, I think, in the last 4 years. Jeb Kennedy took him to the state championship, and then he left for greener pastures, wherever that is. And then Jim Camerata took over, but he gave it up after last year. Retired from teaching. He was a math teacher at Bradford, but he came back, and he's the defensive coordinator this year, which has made it really nice for the first-year coach, Matt Rizzo. Matt's a fairly young guy, and most of the staff stayed there. So the head coach changed, but the coaches as a whole didn't change, and the philosophy hasn't changed. He might have even improved it, and it's showing right now in how they're playing.
So Alex Marco has it teed up at the 40. Again, let's see what they do on this kickoff. Last one went out of bounds. They've been kicking it short, just past the first wave up front. This time they'll kick it away, try and angle it to that far side, and again it's going to roll out of bounds. Second consecutive kick to go out of bounds by Bradford. So again, Tremper set up with good field position at their own 35. Quick reminder that for scores and updates from all of the key high school football games in the area, you can tune into the Wendy's Varsity Blitz High School Scoreboard Show. Join our own Mike McGivern and High School Hall of Fame coach Ron Davies, who's out here in person tonight. A special time tomorrow, 9 to 11. That's 9 p.m. to 11 tomorrow night on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. You keep Ron up late tomorrow night.
Yeah, right.
Plenty of coffee.
Get him some
Ron will be
coffee,
just
yeah,
fine.
right. Yeah.
Although I don't know if I'd want to give him much caffeine.
Yeah, right. Well, McGivern does most of the talking anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
This is true. From their own 35, Tremper trailing now by 2 scores here. They've got to get back in this one. They try and swing it out near side. Nice catch.
No, he
dropped it incomplete.
Yeah.
Trying to come up with it. It would have been a nice catch that time as they try and swing it out. The back out of the field, that's Andy Matoska, who's
right.
listed as a reserve quarterback.
Right.
Matoska 5'9", 150, and a junior. 7 plays, 65 yards in just over 2 minutes on the Zulsdorf 2-yard touchdown run as you look at first-year coach Matt Rizzo.
Right. He's really got a nice demeanor. He's very authoritative, but he's not not overbearing, and he lets his other coaches coach, and I think it shows in how his team plays here.
Biggie throwing high, and it's incomplete. Looking for Wright, the tight end, and out there lurking in that defensive secondary that time was Darius Williams. 5'8" senior at that corner here on the near side. So quickly, Tremper in the hole here now, 3rd and 10. Clock stop with 2:37 remaining.
Well, Tremper realizes that it's an emergency now, and they've gone to throwing the ball rather than their running game. I don't know if it's that big of an emergency. The important thing is if they can get one here before the half.
They've been stymied on their last 2 drives, 3 and out.
I think the other problem is that Bradford gets the ball first in the second half. They could go up by 3 scores.
They can swing it out. It's
they're going to have to punt.
incomplete. Looking to the near side for Ramonde. Chris Martinez with the pressure up front. And Tremper will punt here for the 3rd consecutive time. And with the incompletions, giving Bradford plenty of time here.
Right, yeah. They probably used up 15 seconds at the most there.
Again, the pressure by Martinez that time in the backfield on Biggie, forcing him to throw that one a little early before Ramonde could make his break. So Gessert will punt this one away. Stoner standing at his own 35. Good snap, strong rush, and a nice punt by Gessert. Stoner backs up, fumbles it, and it's loose out near the 32-yard line, and able to cover that one up. Second time tonight, Bradford has put the ball on the turf, and they've been able to get it right back as Stoner, I think, saw the charging defenders, the Gunners coming down there on special teams, took his eye off the ball as we head back downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, Denise Hoff. She's a stadium manager here at Alan Amici Field. She's been great for us the last couple times we've been down here. Thank you so much for your help.
Thank you.
You know, she does a lot of work at Tremper, works at Alan Amici Field, and her grandson Vincent, where does he play football?
Bradford High School, freshman football.
Bradford High School.
Quarterback.
So she does a lot at Tremper, but she's got to root for Bradford with the freshman team. Thank you so much for your help.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've been
You're
great.
welcome. Thank you.
Good. Back to you, boys.
All right, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Ms. Hoff, for all of your efforts to get us on the air here tonight. A nice strong run again for Bradford out to the 44-yard line. Littell on the tackle, and Bradford in hurry-up mode here. They want to get another score in before half.
I got too many guys in the field.
Penalty marker down. Good guy, Coach, as Mangum will take it to the 50-yard line.
Well, I wonder, she said her son was a freshman quarterback named Hoff. The starting quarterback is Mitchell Hoff. But I think she would have claimed him if that was her son, wouldn't she?
Neil Brunner, our referee tonight.
Legal substitution, defense. 12th man was attempting to leave the field, didn't get off in time.
So let's see if they probably take the penalty here because it'll make it a 1st and 5 rather than 2nd and 5. So they'll step off the 5-yard penalty out to the 49-yard line. 1st and 5 for the Red Devils. Hoff will line up under center. Smith in motion, Magnum the call.
Oh, nice
Gets
pop.
the line of scrimmage. Nice job to bring him down at the line. Stepping in there was Sekuris. Sekuris, Chad Sekuris, 39 solo, 38 assist tackles.
That's
at
the
that
first
outside
time we called his
linebacker.
name tonight. They must be running away from him or
Doing a good job keeping him off the wall.
They're blocking him, yeah.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 4. Fake. Hoff going to throw. Hit as he's
Got hit
thrown.
from
Ball's
behind.
going to be picked here on the
man.
near side. Nice job on the interception. Emilio Prado able to step in front of Cam Herta that time, the split end for the interception, and that may be the spark the Trojans have been looking for.
Well, the credit goes to whoever got their hands on Hoff before he could throw it. And that looks like
Might have been Nelson.
that or Billy Sexton, number 75. I couldn't tell.
You see it again. Ball was thrown short. Prado able to recognize
I'll
it
tell
right
you,
away. Went right for the ball.
Bradford's lucky he didn't pick it off and take it all the way because the receiver was able to get a hand on him.
Let's see what the Trojans can do here with just over a minute and a half remaining. Down 16.
They really need to get one here.
Shulsky breaking a tackle at the line of scrimmage, spinning his way forward out to the 36-yard line. Capelli on the tackle for Bradford.
They got 3 timeouts left, so they can let the clock run a little bit here. They're still running around getting organized.
The 2 receivers to the right here on 2nd and long. Biggie wants to throw. Swings it out, completes far side. Nice catch on the reception that time. And as Mataska, his second
again.
reception, or first reception tonight out there, dropped the earlier one. Mataska, reserve quarterback, brought down by Taylor Stoner.
Well, that was just what they call a little squirm route. He came and turned inside and then worked his way back outside. And the ball was right on the money.
Tremper will take their first time out with 56 seconds to go here in the half. Again, a nice crowd on hand. The Tremper faithful out in full force. The far sideline completely filled by the Bradford. Again, it's a huge rivalry. 53rd meeting between these two schools. Tremper overall leader in this series, 34-17-1, but Bradford has won 6 straight recently and 8 of the last 10.
Well, I started my coaching career in Beloit in 1966, and I used to come over here and scout, and that's when Tremper was a new school.
That old
Big Eight
Big Eight Conference.
Big Eight
You're right.
with 12 teams. Or 10
and then
teams,
the
whatever
South Shore Conference back in the 60s and into the 70s.
That was the conference in the state of Wisconsin at that time.
It was just some great players to make their way through. And again, this field named after Alan Amici, the great running back at Kenosha High School back then, which is Bradford High School now. And
well, a well-known name in this area is Jerry Fishbane.
Yep.
Who was with the Badgers for a while, but he was the head coach at Racine Horlick, and I will say that those are the best coached teams I've ever seen in high school right there.
3rd and 4 for the Trojans following the timeout from their own 40. They'll swing it out here near side, complete to Santelli. Santelli dances his way forward, gets the first down out to the 46-yard line. Clock will stop while they reset the chain. Zulsdorf making the tackle.
Well, that was a sure-handed tackle, and it was a good thing because there was a lot of green grass ahead of him.
Tremper ready at the line. They'll wind it down. Biggie rolling out. Everybody covered, got to throw it away, and throws it far sideline, and it is incomplete. Had to get rid of it that time. Mataska was the intended target, so they're bringing in the extra receiver, and Andy Mataska here tonight, trying to help out Biggie. Stover out in coverage that time for the Red Devils. Again, for those not familiar, Amici, star running back here for Kenosha High School, went to Wisconsin, won a Heisman Trophy, and then went into the NFL, scored what may be the most important touchdown in all of NFL history, the 1958
the best
championship
football
game
ever played. That was a great game, too. New York Giants and Baltimore Colts.
Biggie over the middle, incomplete. Receiver had it and dropped it. Zulsdorf right in there to knock it away from Gessert, the intended receiver. Great hands that time by Luke Zulsdorf, the defensive back for the Red Devils.
Yeah, that would have put him in pretty good position there.
Boy, he did a nice job getting that left hand in there to knock that ball away without making contact on the receiver. Well, now a 3rd and 10 here for the Trojans with 35 seconds to go. They need to get it just inside the Red Devil 45-yard line for the first down. Biggie will toss it to Shulsky, near side, short side. Shulsky with some running room, gets it across midfield and out of bounds, short of the first down. Darius Williams was right there defensively for the Red Devils.
Well, it's not a first down. It's close enough. I think they had about 4 yards to go. That they maybe 5 yards. They probably go for it because there's only about 30 seconds left. So if they turn it over, it's not the end of the world.
I think Frank Matrice will take his second time out here. Try and come up with a play that can get them 5 yards for the first down. It's also a special night here. We mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast the Tremper Trojan Touchdown Club sponsoring Cancer Awareness Night. They're playing this game in memory of Marie Matrice, Frank Jr.'s sister, who passed away a year ago due to lung cancer, and Tremper community turning out to help one of its own here tonight. And a very emotional Frank when I talked to him Monday at practice, and you go back way back with Frank Matrice Sr. as I do in my days back at St. Joe's, and Matrice family, Sandy here tonight.
Great family.
Frank's mom, a very, very avid football fan. Well, she calls me every Monday when I did the games on the radio to let me know
review,
what She was next to my mother, probably my toughest critic.
Well, if that's only 2 critics you have, then you're okay. No, Frank told me the story of his sister and the long battle that she had, and the circumstances surrounding it. It's a heartwarming, heartbreaking in a way, and heartwarming story of how she was able to fight. But it's an ugly disease, and it got the best of her in the end.
4th and 4 here for Tremper, just across midfield. Biggie wants to throw. Completes to Santelli, has the first down, trying to get out of bounds. He'll struggle forward and fall forward for the first down near the 42-yard line.
Spike it.
As Stoner was able to make the tackle, and Stoner slow to get up. And so stop the clock to reset the chains on the first down. Now they'll wind it down. Biggie again with some time. Now under pressure.
Come back to him. Throwing the ball. There he is.
Receiver coming back, makes a diving attempt, and late penalty marker down. Incomplete pass.
Downfield, I bet.
I think we got some linemen downfield, several of them, as Steve Stover out in coverage, and I counted 3.
I think they thought the quarterback was going to run with it. Actually, they had a receiver that was going deep, came back, that was open, and he didn't see him.
Yeah, I counted 3 of the linemen. Good 8 to 10 yards downfield.
I think, too. No, they have plenty of downs. It's
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Well, they get the down over. I think you got to throw it to the end zone.
So we'll mark it off back to the 48-yard line with 7 seconds to go in the half. Tremper trailing by 2 scores here. Would like to find something here. Can they capture a little lightning in a bottle here?
Yeah, well, I said throw it to the end zone, but that was before they penalized him. That'd be about a 55-yard throw, and I doubt that Biggie has that kind of an arm.
Caden Wright and Ramonde here on the near side. Santelli split out to the far side, now comes in motion. Biggie, hitch and go, wants to go down over the middle, has the man there, makes the catch inside the 20, and is down at the 3 as time runs out. Didn't get it in. Now let's see if the officials put some time back on here.
I don't think in high school that they'll do that. They don't have a way to review it.
Caden Wright with a nice catch inside the 5, and I think we're going to end the quarter right here. Let's see.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Neil Brunner, the official, going to end the quarter right there. Luke Zulsdorf able to save the touchdown. They nearly got lightning in a bottle there as Caden Wright coming up the reception with the reception. I think Frank Matrice wants to know there was a couple of seconds left.
Well, there might have been some tenths of a second left, but you got in high school you got 5 officials and they're not really watching the clock, they're watching the play on the field. There's no review process, there's no anything like that.
Tremper had a timeout left.
Yeah, and in order to call timeout and get it stopped, you would need more time than that.
So our half comes to an end. Bradford, a 16-point lead over Tremper. 53rd meeting between these two schools here at Amici Field. 28-12, Bradford on top of Tremper. We'll take a break, back with our halftime programming. This is Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's on My 24. Thursday Night Lights halftime report sponsored by Zero in Wisconsin, brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. Bradford up 16 over Tremper, their crosstown rival, 28-12 here at the half. And Dick, explain a little bit more on that time here at the end of the half.
Well, first of all, there's no review process in high school, even though this game is on television and we can see it up here. We don't have the authority to do anything like that. But the play happened, and there were 7.7 seconds left when it started. It was a long throw and a long run, and as he was tackled, the time was running down under a second. And Frank had a good view of the scoreboard, but the officials on the field are not watching the scoreboard, they're watching the play. And the one official who could see the possible scoreboard, the play was right in front of him, so he was making the call on the play. And in order to get that timeout called and signaled and stopped, it just wasn't enough time, and that's just the way it was.
Let's head downstairs. Kara with a very special guest tonight.
Hi, thank you very much, guys. I'm standing here with Jamie Nicole, who is Miss Wisconsin Outstanding Teen 2013, who is absolutely beautiful tonight. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm absolutely fantastic. A little chilly. We're not used to this. But
definitely. But it's Wisconsin.
We can expect it. So what is your platform as Miss Wisconsin Outstanding Teen 2013?
My platform is making your message. It's all about taking our life experiences and using them to learn something. So that actually connects perfectly with the Department of Transportation. Their motto is Zero Wisconsin, so we have a lot of driving accidents right now with teens not paying attention to what they're doing and they're just getting distracted. So our goal is Zero Wisconsin.
And next week is National Teen Driver Safety Week. So what advice can you give other teen drivers to stay safe on our roads?
Well, I know we're teens, we always have our music in, or we always love talking with our friends. And sometimes when we hear that ding message for our texting, we just want to check it right away, but behind a wheel is not the place to do that. So I just let teens know that we have to make sure that we're really giving our full focus to driving.
And normally my interviews during the weeks are with a state trooper, and his advice, his number one rule is always have your seatbelt on, and I'm sure that's great advice for our teens as well.
Definitely. 300 people passed away this past year just from not wearing their seatbelt, so it's a simple thing to do, but it can really save a life.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Great advice from you. We're very happy to have you. And back to you guys in the booth.
Kara and Jamie, thank you both very much. Jamie Nicole Moreland, our special guest here at halftime. Bradford leading Kenosha Tremper 28-12. My 24 Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's. My 24's Thursday Night Lights halftime report sponsored by Zero in Wisconsin, brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. A 28-12 Kenosha Bradford lead over Kenosha Tremper here at the half. Well, one of our very fine sponsors since day one here of Thursday Night Lights has been the fine folks at First Bank Financial Center. Unfortunately, they could not be here tonight, but we've got a very special message from Craig Kuba, Vice President of Retail Lending at First Bank Financial Center.
First Bank Financial Center is a local community bank serving southeast Wisconsin since 1859. I'm Craig Kuba, Vice President of Retail Lending. To date, we have 11 branches serving 9 different communities in the greater Milwaukee area. If you live in one of these towns, you know we are actively involved in each of these communities we serve. In fact, 80% of our employees participate in volunteer activities for local organizations. We take pride in knowing each and every one of our customers. So whether you have a free checking account, a home mortgage, or a small business, the local bankers at First Bank Financial Center will take the time to know you. Our employees greet you by name, not an account number. The next time you're in the neighborhood, stop by and see for yourself why we believe First Bank Financial Center is a little different than other banks. We are the one bank, one resource for all your banking needs.
Very special thank you to First Bank Financial Center, proud sponsor on My 24, and we thank them for that again this year. Halftime, 28-12, Bradford over Kenosha Tremper. We head downstairs, Mr. Mike McGivern.
Hey, boys, the assistant principal at Kenosha Tremper. That's important. He's a Mesmer grad. He talks about beating Basham a couple times back in the day, but we won't get into that. Assistant principal, Brian Geiger, thank you so much for having us.
Hey, no problem. We appreciate you guys coming down and showing our team off and a great school.
Yeah, you bet. Great facilities, great fans. Tell us about Kenosha Tremper, academically a really strong school.
Really strong school. I mean, we have our academics, we hit our mark on the academic piece, doing the state goals and stuff like that, so we're going in the right direction.
You know what, a lot of participation as far as kids, a lot of teams, a lot of clubs, kids really get going at Tremper and become they get participating.
Absolutely, and we got 22 sports teams, we got 50 clubs that we do multiple things with. We're very active every day, all day.
You bet. Brian, nice job, thanks again.
Hey, thanks for coming down.
Another Mesmer guy, can't beat that.
Who's
Brian,
another one?
Yeah, it's a good one. You got it. Brian Geiger, assistant principal at Tremper. Mike and Brian, thank you so much. Halftime here in Kenosha. Bradford on top of Kenosha Tremper. Back with more after this on My 24. My 24's Thursday Night Lights halftime report, sponsored by Zero in Wisconsin. Brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. 28-12, Bradford on top of Kenosha Tremper tonight in our Week 9 Thursday Night Lights football game of the week, sponsored by Wendy's. And get a look at the halftime highlights here, and it got going right on the very first possession for both teams.
Yeah. This is early in the first half, and Biggie rolling to his left and then reversing back to the right, throwing down the field to Caden Wright. Long gain, and then here's the touchdown pass to Anthony Romunde. Takes it in for the touchdown. Luke Zulsdorf returning a kickoff, and you can see here he's got about 5 blockers in front of him. But the kicker right there, Matt Wolf, comes in and trips him up and prevents a touchdown. And then about the 5th play of their drive, Jay Mangum runs about 37 yards for a touchdown for the first score for Bradford. A little option play to Shulsky going to his right. You're going to see the defense come over here and just obliterate him. And then Biggie on a run. No, that's Shulsky on the run there. And this is quarterback Mitch Hoff on the long run from scrimmage for him to start the game. Touchdown to
Dontrell Smith.
Dontrell Smith, yeah. For the second touchdown, I believe. There you see Mangun come right at you again. Good stiff arm there, forced out of bounds. And Mangum reaches over the goal line for the third touchdown. Mangum again. You can see why he's one of the leading rushers in the state. Not exactly, 175 pounds is not huge for a fullback, but he just keeps his shoulders down. There's another touchdown there. That's from Luke Zulsdorf there, the 4th touchdown. Here's the play at the end of the first half. Pass down to Caden Wright, and he gets forced down right there on the 2-yard line, but time runs out before they can stop the clock and get him touched.
And here are our halftime numbers.
Yeah, rushing yards, 241 yards. Ooh, that's more than I would have guessed. But that's the difference in the game right there. I think first downs 10-9, total yards. I think it indicates the score goes Bradford's way. The long pass really helped the passing yardage for Tremper at the end of the first half there.
You see penalties at a minimum. Bradford just committing 1 in that first half. That
personal foul. It's been a very
foul.
Clean half, I think, and I think for the intensity of the rivalry, both teams are playing very well.
So Bradford up 2 scores, 16-point lead here, 28-12 with our half coming to an end here. We've got third quarter action set to return here to Amici Field in Kenosha. Football feel-like to it here tonight as Bradford trying to thwart the fainting playoff hopes here of Tremper here tonight on Tremper's senior night. 28-12, Bradford on top of Kenosha. Tremper. We'll be back with our third quarter right after this on My 24. Kenosha Bradford up over Kenosha Tremper by 16 is that third quarter tonight from Amici Field on Kenosha's beautiful south side. We want to take this opportunity to thank the great folks at Economy Lift Rental for helping bring these great pictures to you tonight. They provided the scissors lift for our cameras this season. So for any aerial platform need, rental, sales, or service, call Mike and Sue at Economy Lift Rental or visit them online at economylifts.com. Or give them a call, 262-650-1882. And we thank Economy Lift for being there for us all season long. Also a thank you to our crew all season long. A couple of weeks where they've been setting up and tearing down in some of the worst weather, lightning storms, rainstorms, the heat and humidity early in the season. And I just want to take this moment to thank all of our crew members for all of their dedicated work all season long once again here on My 24.
Yeah, they come up from down south of Gary, Indiana, so it's a road trip for them. I mean, this is the closest they come to being at home.
Okay, keys here for the second half. Bradford with the lead here. They will get the football to start this second half.
Well, Tremper's got to find a way to stop them. They haven't forced them to punt yet, so if they go up by 3 touchdowns, it looks pretty desperate for Tremper. The only thing I can say is they did throw the ball pretty well at the end of the first half, and they're probably going to have to do that to get back in the game in the second half. And on the corners, I'd keep the ball away from Zulsdorf if I was them. Bradford, if they get the ball on the clock, it's going to be a problem for Tremper.
Mangum with 2 touchdowns tonight to lead the way for Bradford. As I said, they will get the football to start this second half. Zulsdorf standing deep. Wolf.
I suppose it is a possibility that they can try maybe or something at the game, half. Although Bradford they moved up in anticipation that could happen just as well. So I doubt that it will. But Zulsdorf almost ran the first one back. So
Wolf will kick this one away. And he will kick it away. Drifting underneath it. Hudson. He'll try and get it out across the 25. Still on his feet to the 30 and driven down at the 31-yard line. 16-yard return. Zach Fuhrer there to make the tackle on special teams for the Trojans. So now Bradford open up this third quarter. Pretty good field position out across their own 30-yard line as Mitchell Hoff, a sophomore quarterback, back out on the field.
Now I think this is probably going to determine whether Tremper is going to make a run at this game or not. Here.
Again, up front, Schmeling, Tinker, Ben, Melodic, and Hernandez, your offensive line for the Red Devils. First and 10 from their own 32. And Magnum will take it up, right up the middle, 35, maybe the 36-yard line, gain of 4. Nice run that time. Billy Sexton up front, the nose tackle, able to make the stop for Tremper. Field, Sexton, and Roman, your down linemen. The Worth and Wolf, the linebacking core with Willow and Rubin, your secondary for Tremper to start this second half. 7 for Bradford. Again, Tremper able to stuff Bradford at the line of scrimmage. Magnum with no gain that time.
3rd and 6, that's what they've needed to do. And
Roman and Sexton both there. And one of the seniors were on. Trying to get himself up front for Tremper.
We'll see if they put it in the air or if they go to the outside with one of their wide plays, their counter plays.
3rd and 6. They'll try and get it to Dontrell Smith, and he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good read that time by the Tremper defense in pursuit of Smith. It was Price who brought him down short of the first down mark. Now a decision. Bradford have been able to run the ball. Go for it here. 4th and 2. It looks like they will.
Go for it. Okay. That's kind of a Bradford tradition, going way back to Jeff Kennedy.
Jed now down in Florida, I believe, at a prep school down there.
Boy, I bet it's cold down there.
4th and 2 here for Bradford. And they'll get the inside handoff. First down, a first bank first down for the Red Devils to extend the drive. Again, just power right between the tackles.
Yeah, Ben Melodic and Hernandez right behind them.
Again, we thank First Bank Financial Center, our first down sponsor all season long.
Right here. Blocking down, kicking out. The guard around. Stephen Melodic.
Gain of a couple across 5. Jake, 25-pound senior. Wants to Herda with the catch and out of bounds near the Trojan 5-yard line. Could have enough for the first down. Prado in chase that time.
Yeah, like I said, they don't throw it very often, but they usually.
One more look.
Down a little down and out. Herda on the catch and.
Another big run up the left side. And Bradford starting to assert themselves here. Again, Roman and Sexton downfield to make the stop. But again, it's a 7 or 8 yard run, and that sets them up beautifully. As you say, keeps them on schedule with the down markers here, setting up second and short. Mangum, the senior.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment. 5-yard penalty. Remain second.
Well, a reminder that Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's is available streaming live on to my24milwaukee.com. click on the Thursday Night Lights link. You can also find complete game video from
fourth.
Tackle, I should say, and then help arrived. Their first. Yep, was Brandt. Say Barn.
Here, cuts back, avoids the tackle by Buban. Yard.
Play just underway, third quarter, with Bradford in front of Tremper. First possession here of our third quarter. From the 42-yard line of the Trojans. Fakes the handoff, swings it back out, completes to her. Catch, Zulsdorf breaks the tackle inside the 40, 30. Pick up first down on the stop.
Well, just a quick toss to the outside, and he brings it back inside, trying to take advantage of his blockers. Kind of a rocket, like a rocket screen. You can see a couple linemen down there trying to get a block.
Well, his knee went down short of the first down marker.
Right. Swarming defense there.
Well, converted earlier, 4th and 1. Off the quarterback straight ahead and first down. Tucked it in behind Chris Ben, his center. And just followed Ben straight up the field for the first down to the Trojan 31. Gessert, inside linebacker, finally brought him down. Mitchell Hoff, 6'1", 175, and just a sophomore. All this experience gained this year.
Two bad things are happening. Tremper's not stopping him, and Bradford's running out the clock.
Three-step drop, wants to swing it out, looking for Zulsdorf, thrown high and incomplete. Dangerous pass there. Buban in coverage out there.
I'm actually a little surprised they're throwing the ball as much as they are.
I think the thing there is, as you look at Matt Rizzo, the first-year coach, is they've been having such great success running the ball that really they don't feel they're going to fall behind the down marker here.
Right,
Because
and they're throwing on first down because that's when you least expect a run team to throw. Time for those counters.
Hoff will keep it around the right side. Hoff inside the 25, down to the 24 line. Brought down by Emilio Prado.
Hoff he's only a sophomore, 6'1", 175. He's very well put together. I was watching him at practice for sophomore. He's a good physical specimen already, and he's got some power in his legs.
And this Rizzo will tell you, Coach Rizzo will tell you, this is a great group of kids. They really, they come in, they do their work.
Well, Bradford has always had a great work ethic.
Dontrell Smith on the counter inside the 20 down to the 19. Should have enough for another first bank first down. Jordan Littell making the stop. Bradford just methodically moving it down the field and taking the time with them.
Here it is right here. You can see the number 22 coming back to the inside. Everything else is going left. He's coming back to the right.
Good job by Smith to hang on to that
he
exchange.
Almost lost the handle again.
First and 10, Bradford, the Tremper team. Mangum up the middle, gets it to the 15 before he is driven back there.
Well, you can see the red helmets coming off the ball and the blue helmets going backwards, and that's not a good sign for Tremper.
Patrick Worth, 6'1", 210-pound senior on the stop for Tremper, but again, a 5-yard pickup for Mangum.
And more than half the quarter gone already.
Is exactly how Matt Rizzo drew this one up in the locker room.
Yeah, exactly. This is what to do, and they're doing it. There's not a lot Tremper can do about it, short of bringing 11 guys up in the line of scrimmage, taking a chance.
This time, Infacino with the carry inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
It's not that they're getting a lot of long runs. It's just that they got 4 downs to go 10 yards. A little math will tell you all they need is 2.5 yards to carry, and they'll make it. So.
Good look at the hard hat lunch bucket guy, Mateo Zigner.
Right now they're at 3rd and 5, so Tremper's on schedule to stop them if they can make a play here.
Drive taking over quarter clock. They'll pitch it out to Smith, trying to set the edge. 10 to the pylon, touchdown, Red Devils. Trell Smith, easy lane that time. Side of the numerals, left side of the field, as we'll take a look.
Well, everybody pass in order to stop the runs inside, and then they get caught outside. Don't have the speed that he has, and Brandt's no match for Smith, and you see that's a result.
Herta out there, the split end to seal that one off. Take the corner and the outside linebacker off the play. Marco, instead of Hoff, it's a live ball. It'll be picked up by the Trojans and dropped at the 32-yard line. So Bradford, they've been flirting with that on the several extra points here tonight. This time, this one snapped over the head of the holder, and it remains 34-12. Matt Bubin able to make the recovery as we'll take our third quarter break. 4:40 remaining. It's now 34-12. Bradford on top of Tremper. Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's on My 24. Better than 7-minute drive to open up this third quarter. The Red up a 34-12 lead over their arch rivals, the Kenosha Tremper Trojans, here at Amici Field. We head downstairs to Mr. Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, here with the athletic director at Kenosha Tremper. Man, he's busy right now. You got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. We just wrapping up our fall season. We've got 8 sports going on. We're hosting cross-country sectional, soccer sectional final next week, in addition to conference volleyball coming up.
And he's thinking baseball. He's the baseball coach here as well. 10 years. I got to tell you, he does a great job here at Tremper. Thanks for having us.
Oh, glad to have you here. What a great experience for the kids.
You bet, no doubt. Boys, back to you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you to John as well, as Donovan Wesley with a nice return. They moved him up short side, and Taylor Stoner able to make the tackle, but Tremper with a nice return into Bradford territory down to the Red Devil 46-yard line. An adjustment made there, knowing the kicks were going short.
The problem is Tremper can't trade touchdowns. They've got to outscore them now, and that's and they got to do it in a hurry. So let's see what happens here, what their plan is. First time they've had the ball here in the second half.
Willie Biggie, the senior quarterback. Eugene Shilsky, the single back. And they'll give it to Shilsky. Tries to pick his way around the right side. The Red Devil defense stout over that right side. Stops him for no gain.
Trying to bounce it out right side, but Bradford's doing a really good job of stringing it out, not letting him get turned upfield.
Tony Smith, the senior. Coach Kelly over here, he likes that. He's a wrestler. He's one of those grapplers. Yeah. Grapplers make good tacklers.
They do. That's an absolute fact. They work on takedowns all day. That's tackling is an aggressive takedown.
Give him one, 2nd and 9. Shulsky, the single back. They'll swing it out to Santelli near side. Breaks a tackle by Stoner inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Nice move on Stoner that time to pick up the yardage. Stoner had him dead to rights, and a little juke move took him away.
Gave him a leg and took it away, and that got him 5 yards.
Ethan Corrigan was there as we take one more look.
Just a quick throw, one-on-one. Nice move to the inside. 7 yards, ready, 2nd down.
3rd and 3. Again from the gun is Biggie.
3rd down, I should say.
Shilsky, the single back. He'll get the call. Tries to pick his way to the line of scrimmage. Dives forward. Boy, short. Looks like he is going to be short that time. The defense ready there. Again, Corrigan and Johnson there. Up front for the Trojans, Nedweski, Wolf, Newberry at center, Worth the right guard, and Busco at the right tackle.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of punting in this half. Everybody's going to be going for it on 4th down.
Tremper choice here, trailing 34-12. Biggie will work from the gun here on 4th down. Rolling left. Throws it out, and it is caught. Nice catch out there by Gessert inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Wrestling Stover out there. And then Zulsdorf able to come in and clean up.
Zulsdorf right in his hip pocket also, and almost got his hand on the ball again, but Gessert did a good job of holding on.
So first bank, first down to the 29-yard line for Tremper, trying to answer the Bradford touchdown to start this second half. Unbalanced to the left. They'll toss sweep here left side. Shulsky picks his way out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Nice run by Shulsky, run out by Lorian Johnson.
Well, Tremper's showing that they've got a little gas in their tank yet, so doing a good job of mixing it up between the run and the pass here.
Well, it's time to tackle the Kaplan University Trivia Challenge. Text the word Kaplan to 58447 to play for a chance to win a Kindle Fire. Message and data rates may apply. You'll receive 2 messages with a trivia question and answer. Mobile privacy policy and terms and conditions available on my24milwaukee.com. 2nd and 1.
Good time to go for a touchdown right here. Take a chance and see if you can get it behind somebody.
They fake the toss. They're going to try. They go out looking for the tight end, trying to make the over-the-shoulder catch, and it's incomplete. Looking for Caden Wright, the senior.
That was a good
Turned
throw.
a couple of ways that time, but couldn't come up with it.
A little bit too much over his head. He should have probably brought him down the field a little bit more, but it's good down to do that because you only come back, it's 3rd and 1.
Wright's had a couple of opportunities tonight. He caught that pass to end the second quarter.
Still nobody blocking Martinez out there. He's always in the quarterback's face.
Darius Williams out there in coverage. 3rd and 1, direct snap. Santelli will take it inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. Should be enough for a first down for the Trojans. Steve Stover there make the stop. Nick Santelli, the flanker, taking the direct snap, a second-team all-conference selection a year ago.
Good player. They need to get the ball in his hands a little bit more because he can make things happen.
Now 1st and 10 here for the Trojans, late 3rd quarter. Biggie wants to go over the middle, and it's incomplete. There was contact back there, but no flag. Looking for Gessert. Zulsdorf out there in coverage as he and Gessert got a little tangled up there.
Yeah, they had a couple of receivers pretty close together, too. That's bringing the defense close together. I think if Bradford has a weakness on defense, it's probably in the secondary. Not that they're not good players, but they've had some trouble defending passes this year at times.
2nd and 10. Ball just outside the 11-yard line of Bradford. Tremper's first possession here of this 3rd quarter. Bradford nearly 7.5 minutes off that 3rd quarter clock on their opening drive. To fake the toss to Shulsky, rolling Biggie right, being chased out of the pocket, throws back on the run, and it's an incomplete pass. Again, looking for Caden Wright, I believe, out there. I'll check that. That was Raymonde, the intended receiver. But once again, it was Corrigan and Martinez, I believe, on the chase in the backfield.
Right, they're in the quarterback's face. And okay, they're sending everybody out. Then you've got to get rid of the ball sooner.
Caden Wright back in there now at a split end, coming in off the sideline. So 3rd and 10. That's been the story tonight. Pressure from that Bradford up front, and the blitzing linebackers have forced Biggie to throw on the run. They'll go 3 receivers left side here on 3rd and 10. They're looking left, throwing left. Catch is made. Caden diving forward.
That's touchdown. Yeah.
They give him a touchdown. With the touchdown reception, Stover was right there in a tip pocket, but an extra effort by Wright to stretch it over the goal line, and Tremper answers with a touchdown here.
Well, just a little short post pattern, and Biggie did a good job of just throwing it right over the middle, hitting him in stride, fell into the end zone right there. You can see him coming down and in.
Smart enough to hang the ball right over break the plane of the goal.
Once the ball breaks the plane, it's his knee might have been down, but I didn't see that. Did you?
At this point, they have to go for 2 here. They've missed their last couple of extra points. They throw it back, and it's through the hands of Raymonde. And the 2-point conversion again goes by the wayside. Raymonde got his hand on it that time, and a nice play by Biggie to get him the ball, but Raymonde unable to look it all the way in.
Well, those extra points are hurt because they'd be down by 2 scores. Now they're down by 3.
So Tremper comes right back. Again, a 16-point deficit. Again, 2 scores here if they can convert on the 2-point conversions, so still within striking distance here late in this 3rd quarter.
The bigger problem is the defense.
Player is forced to enroll in a community college with a wacky staff and student body. Don't miss community weeknights at 9 and again at 9:30 right here on My24. Bradford sensing a possible onside kick here. You see Matt Rizzo instructing his good hands people to look alive. He's got 8 men up in the box here.
I think I kick a line drive and try to get it past everybody and get some field position down there and play some defense here.
Wolf will kick it away. Zulsdorf at his own 13, up the middle to the 20. 25-30 with some blockers to the 40. And diving across the 40 to the 42-yard line is Zulsdorf. Another fine return for Luke Zulsdorf on special teams for the Red Devils. Wolf, the kicker, once again, second time tonight.
Well,
he and Zulsdorf have met in the middle of the field.
Bradford run
10 plays.
10 plays, 48 yards, 3 minutes. Bradford runs a crisscross kickoff. That's where the players crisscross coming across the field to get position on their blockers, and he goes right up that alley that they form, and it's been there every time. And if it wasn't that the kicker is a linebacker, they'd probably have 2 touchdowns running on kickoffs.
So 1st and 10 Red Devils from their own 42-yard line, leading 34-18. Late here in this third quarter. Mangum in the backfield. We'll give it to the left wing. This is Dontrell Smith up the field. Dontrell Smith with some running room. Across midfield down to the Tremper 41-yard line. Patrick Worth in on the tackle, but a big gain for Dontrell Smith. That play's been there all night tonight, Dick.
It has, and they run it really well. And they got everybody packed in tight. And once they cave that corner in, and Smith has got the speed to get outside. And that's been a very effective play.
Well, be sure to listen to the Wendy's Varsity Blitz High School Football Coaches Show every Saturday from 10 to noon. This week, Mike McGivern and Joe Cook will talk playoff seedings and the selection process. That's this Saturday at 10 on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. Nice play on defense. Jordan Littell.
Yep. How do you do?
Yes. Wasn't going to be full. That's 8 tackles tonight for Littell, the strong safety. He's been busy.
Safety. Yeah, he's a good player.
Under a minute remaining here in this third quarter. Bradford facing a 2nd and 10 here from the Tremper 41-yard line. Only their second possession here of the second half. Vicino in motion. Hoff will keep it. Follows the block upfield. Inside the 36 to about the 35-yard line is where Hoff will take it. Again, Gage Gessert going both ways tonight.
Right. Bradford doesn't list that they have an offensive coordinator. They say it's shared between all the offensive coaches. But whoever is calling play is doing an excellent job of mixing up what's going on. And I don't know who that coach is, I'm sorry, but I think he's the guy who's probably doing most of the calling. I know he was the coordinator last year, I think.
Well, that ends our third quarter here in Kenosha. Kenosha Bradford leading Kenosha Tremper 34-18. Back with fourth quarter action after this on My 20.
To help support cancer research. On your mark, get set, go.
34-18, Bradford on top of Kenosha Tremper here tonight from Amici Field in Kenosha. Well, very, very special tribute here tonight to a person I can call a friend and has taught me a lot here in the 4 years of doing our games on Thursday Night Lights. Dick Basham is going to retire after this season, and
finally,
Dick, I mean, I look at all these accomplishments, and we've had fun over the last 4 years. Traveling all around southeast Wisconsin. Head football coach at Marquette from 72 to 2009. Track coach for from 74 to 94. 40-year head coaching record, 350 and 87. Winning 9 Division I state championships and 21 years as head track coach. Your Hilltopper teams won the WISA track meet 12 times, runners-up the other 9. They won 42 conference indoor and outdoor championships during that time. You're in 2 different Hall of Fames, the Wisconsin Football Coaches Hall of Fame, Track Coaches Hall of Fame, actually 3, the National High School Athletics Coaches Hall of Fame. And Dick, it's been a pleasure. Really, truly has.
Thanks, John. It's been great working with you because you know what you're doing.
Don't tell my wife.
When you stop talking, I try to say something important.
Tell you what, you've been an integral part, getting this off the ground and being with us for 4 years. And
it's been fun. I had never done it, and I was honored to do it, and it's been a lot of fun.
Got the whole group up here.
Yeah, we do.
joining in on this.
It's a really good group.
Fourth quarter
Mikey,
underway.
thanks a lot.
Mike McGivern stopping up in the booth. This is what it's like up here, Mike.
Man, the steak and lobster looks great. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, right.
Well, you know, I got little connections being from Kenosha. You know, got a few connections.
Coach, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
So just enough for the first down here for Bradford to get underway here in this fourth quarter. A lot of kudos here for Coach Basham.
Yeah, that's unnecessary.
Well,
it's about the game. I want to watch the game.
It's been my pleasure to be with you here the last
same
4
here,
years.
John.
You and Coach Terry Kelly here, our spotter.
Yeah, he's been my sidekick for 30-some years. Without him, I'd be in trouble.
Hoff looking to throw downfield, and
Nice
was he
catch.
inbounds? No.
Oh.
Herta caught it out of bounds. Emilio Prado with the coverage that time, step for step, and caught it out of bounds as we take another look.
Yeah, this is a nice throw and catch. He just ran out of room. Now, Herta's only a sophomore, so and so is the quarterback. So
I don't know. Did he have it left foot in?
I'd like to see it one more time if we could, but maybe we'll get it again. That was close, very close.
Tell you what, that was very close getting that left foot in. One more look
One more
here.
time. I would think he did. Well, anyway.
Left foot looked like it got down inbounds. Hoff on the roll, dumps it off,
Nice.
completes the pass, and it
Chase
wrestled out
Peterson,
of bounds.
yeah.
Yep, his
Tight
first
end.
reception. Chase Peterson, a sophomore tight end, just a second reception of the year for Peterson, and Matt Wolf able to bring him down.
Boy, there's a dedicated tight end. He gets a catch in the first game of the year and one in the last game of the year. They're hoping he'll come out again next year. He's only a sophomore. He'll be back.
Tell you, this roster up and down for Bradford
Yeah,
and
they're young.
Tremper too, young on both sides, but
This has been a little bit of a down year for Bradford, but somebody's going to pay for it down the road because they got a lot of guys coming back.
nice move running on left and throwing left. That's tough.
Hoff has shown me a lot more in the game than he did in practice as far as throwing.
Ball at the 16 of the Trojans. Mangum trying to bang up the middle. Is stuffed and driven back after a couple. Jordan Littell and company there. I believe it was Circus on the bottom there for the Trojans.
That's Tremper's problem. They stop him on one play, but then they go back to the outside now, and they can't handle that.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
In the meantime, the clock is running.
And they got off to such a rough start. A tough opener. They had Arrowhead and Brooks Central.
Yeah, they did.
As movement up front got Tremper to jump.
With a new coach, and that's just a tough way to go.
Dead ball. Encroachment. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Remains. Second down.
It was Mike Field, the defensive end here on the near side, that jumped the neutral zone. But yeah, that was a tough go of it the first two games. But they played well, I think, in the second half of that Brooks Central game, which showed me something that this was going to be a resilient team for Bradford.
I think we might be able to say that Bradford might have softened Arrowhead up for Homestead.
Yeah.
No, that's probably a stretch.
Dontrell Smith, right side, cuts it back to the end zone. Touchdown, Smith. Dontrell Smith, the senior, on his final game in his high school career, showing us something.
If you want to say something.
Able to punch it back in, 40-18 as we take one more look. It's a third touchdown tonight for Dontrell Smith.
Yeah, Bradford, it's kind of hard to believe they're not in the playoffs because they're a pretty darn good football team. They just didn't.
In the high snap, Marco able to get it up and through.
I think when you start the season with a sophomore quarterback, it takes a while to get your rhythm and get the confidence in the quarterback. And with the quarterback, they have the confidence to do what he's doing tonight. I don't think he played this way in the first game this year. The ninth game, that's a whole different thing. He's no longer a sophomore. He's ready to be a junior.
You're going to look at Matt Rizzo, first-year coach for Tremper. Colin Zelikar, part of that assistant coaching staff for Tremper, with his troops trying to figure out defensively here. Well, My 24 is my place for sports. If you're looking for more football this weekend, we've got it for you. Don't miss Syracuse versus Georgia Tech. ACC football Saturday morning at 11 right here on Milwaukee's My 24.
We'll see who they pick on this time. They've kicked it to everybody out there except the guys that are deep.
Well, and bringing up the good hands people short. Now let's kick it away, try and find a weak spot. Will it stay in bounds? No, it won't. Rolls out at the 15. Third time tonight.
That's a little different.
Mike, what do you got here?
John, you know what? I just want to come up and see what it's like in the booth and thank Coach Basham for. It's been a wonderful 4 years. You know, I know he's got a he gives me some shots once in a while, but I know deep down he loves me. Isn't that right, Coach?
I do. I enjoyed being on your radio show a couple times. And
you're not retired from that, are you? I might have you come back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Might have a little retirement party for you.
Okay, whatever.
Bring back some of the old Marquette boys.
Well, there's a lot of them around, that's for sure.
You could spend a whole show on Metro Conference between him and Davies.
Yeah, right.
That would be awesome. I just really appreciate the time and effort and the energy you put in with this. So thank you for
it's
that.
fun. It's been fun. And
working with Weiser's a little difficult, but.
I tell you, I said earlier, he's made it a lot real easy because he knows what he's doing.
Far side, this is quarterback Biggie, and he takes a hit on that far sideline. Slow to get up. And he'll try and make it back. I'm not sure.
That's not good.
No. He took a pretty good lick as he got to that sideline on the scramble one more time here.
Gets a little pressure and decides to pull it down.
Right there, helmet right on the knee.
Yep. Yeah, might have hyperextended a little bit.
Took the helmet right on the knee, and he is down. Going to be tended to by the training staff here at Tremper. So an injury timeout here with 9:52 remaining. We talked at the top of the telecast that Tremper needed a win here tonight. They had a chance to make it into the playoffs. The playoff system, again, if you're over 500 overall, at 5-4, but under 500 in conference play, usually you don't make it. But again, the folks at the WIS Preps were able to run the numbers and find, I think it was 217 out of the 224 are in solid, and there were 10 teams vying for that last 7 slots that would be under 500 in conference play. And when you factor in tiebreakers and winning percentages against teams with losing record, teams with playoff record, whatever.
It's a complicated process.
It is a complicated process, and I know the boys will talk about it on WSSP on Saturday, but Tremper, if they could get a win here tonight, would most likely make the 224-team field. Again, 7 divisions of 32 each to make up that 224.
Right. Looks like Willie Biggie's walking off on his own power, and I wouldn't be surprised if he'll be back. This is his last game.
Again, Matt Rizzo, coming from a good sports family. Tom Rizzo, his dad, a longtime official, and got to meet up with him. He's still working over at Johnson and Racine and doing the Packer gig.
Had a great gig with the Packers.
Yeah, running the booth review as they try to go to Ramonde. Tremper wanting a flag there for interference, but nothing coming there. Intended for Ramonde, and Stover on the tight coverage that time with the new quarterback in there, Andy Matashka.
Yeah, but Biggie's coming in right now.
So Biggie will return the mandatory one-play sit-out because of the injury.
Sounds like looks like they're making up the play on the sideline here.
We were mentioning Bradford, Scott Steger, the offensive coordinator over there, and
is that who I should give credit for? I didn't know that.
I think
okay,
so,
yeah, probably
he's done a very nice job, and
he's done a good job of calling plays tonight. I'll tell you that.
Tell you what, he was part of that great Carthage basketball program early 2000s. Says Biggie will take it upfield, trying to get out of bounds across the 40. Can't make the boundary. Stover and Zulsdorf right over there for Bradford keeps him in bounds.
Well, he had a couple of receivers downfield that had position. It would have been kind of a tough throw, but they can't get back in the game with him running it. And I don't think it's probably realistic that they'll get back in the game, but time just is not on their side anymore.
Biggie will work from the gun here. 4th down and 3. They'll toss it to the Schultz, and Schulski wrapped up short of the first down, and Tremper will turn it over on downs. Nice job inside. Again, Tavares Cannon was there along with Tony Smith collapsing that defensive line.
Yeah, that's a good team effort right there. We're not going to give them that first down. Well, Bradford doesn't need any more points. They just need to run the clock. That doesn't mean they don't can't score or won't score, but this game is not a problem. They just need to get it over with.
Just under 9 minutes to play. And 41-18 lead. We'll see what Red Devils will do here. Looks like they've got their 1s and 2s still in there. Mangum in the tailback spot. They'll give it to Mangum up the middle, and he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job taking him down low that time. That might have been our guy Littell tonight. He has played his heart out tonight. I believe 10 tackles now on the evening for Littell. Time to be thinking about a player of a game or two, and boy,
you'd have to give him
at least some consideration, right?
Exactly.
We'll see what the writers from the East Coast think. We'll wait for them to check in.
Yeah, right.
2nd and 9. They'll send Dontrell Smith in motion. Mangum picks his way over the right side inside the 35-yard line of the Trojans, short of the first down.
Well, this is the playoff. This is their playoff game right here for both teams. Now, Tremper is not going to win the game. This is the season ends, and this is a nice way for Bradford and they can build on this for next year. They beat their crosstown rival, got a little bragging rights. They're playing better now than they were at the beginning of the season in some of the other bigger games, and they got a lot of those guys back.
This will be the 7th straight in this series for the Northsiders, and 9 of the last 11. Off. Keeps the handoff. It looked like maybe it missed the handoff originally, and presence of mind to keep it, take it up the middle, and pick up a first bank first down.
You know, we probably should mention that the team that's playing the best down here is Kenosha Indian Trails, which is a new school. First year they've had a senior class. They started this group of seniors as freshmen, and then they worked each year, added a class on, and finally, they were undefeated until last week, where they got knocked off by Franklin, 28-21, and so they'll probably finish second in the conference. Franklin will win it, but they'll both be in the playoffs and both be seeded most likely, and be interesting to see how far Indian Trails can go.
1st and 10, and we've got whistles stopping the play here. Delay a game here.
5-yard penalty, remains first down.
A very curious conference in a sense that Indian Trail battling for a conference championship along with Franklin, but the other side of the coin, boy, Racine Park has really struggled. That program has really struggled. They're facing a possibility of going winless for the first time since 1970.
Whoa.
A long, long time since there's been a goose egg in the win column at Racine Park.
And that's really too bad, because the balance of power has changed a little bit, and there's the haves and the have-nots, and that's true in a lot of conferences, but and there's bigger problems in Racine. You know, there's a lot of unemployment and things like that. Not that that's an excuse or anything. Doesn't affect how you play football, but it affects kind of the tenor of how the community feels and so forth. So
this will be 2nd and 12 here for Bradford. Dontrell Smith again cuts it back at the hash mark, still on his feet. Penalty marker down as the tackle made inside the 30-yard line. While they sort that one out, let's head down to the sidelines to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, so she is student government president, Kenosha Tremper. I'm going to get this right. Alexa Zakutansky.
Yes,
That's
sir.
not bad, huh? So tell me a little bit about student government. What do you guys do?
So we run homecoming. We had the best homecoming that we've had in a really long time, and we're preparing for our fundraiser where we fundraise money for Tremper's homeless students. Last year we raised $3,000, and our goal this year is $5,000. So
But that's a taunting goal. You guys going to reach it?
of course we are.
Hey, look at her jacket once real quick. She's very involved. Music, sports, academics. I need to call her ma'am because I'm going to be working for her one day. Alex, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Mike, thank you. And Mike, thank you for a fine job all season long on that sideline, providing our interviews during the game. 15-yard face smash penalty moves the ball inside the 15-yard line. Magnum trying to get the right side and cannot quite make the corner. Good job out there. Seal him off. I think it was Littell again and Prado out there.
Prado had a shot at him, couldn't bring him down.
Littell working on an even dozen tackles tonight for Tremper.
Well, they won't be able to remember this game as a win, but be able to remember that he played his best, and that's
That's all Coach Matrice will ask of his players.
Exactly.
Just give me 120%
right.
in practice, give me 140% in a game, and that's all I can ask. Second down, short. I'm trying to go up the middle and just move in the pile, trying to move the sticks, and Littell again in on the bottom of that pile. He's going to be one tuckered out player tomorrow morning. Let him sleep in, perhaps.
Yeah, I
Again,
think
no
so.
school tomorrow, so
He's
Kenosha
got our
school's
permission
off,
to take
so,
the day off,
yeah.
but I'm sure he won't.
So just short of the first down marker. Clock continues to roll. 5:45 to play. Bradford in control here, looking to pick up their 7th straight win in this series. The series dominated by Tremper, but Bradford
years,
of
yeah,
recently has really come on here. Again, they'll try it inside with Mangum, and again, Trojan defense ready, and once again, Littell along with Nelson both there.
Yeah.
So Bradford facing 4th and 1. And they'll take this clock under 5 minutes here before they snap this ball.
A lot of guys on that Tremper side are going to be back next year too. They have a number of seniors that play, but they have a lot of young kids too. Some of their best players are their underclassmen.
Yeah, we were talking with Frank before the ball game out on the field. He was raving about his sophomore team.
And his sophomore team did beat Bradford's sophomore team last night in a very close game, I guess.
So 4th and 1 for the Red Devils. Zulsdorf will take the snap. Boy, I don't know. Second effort.
Might be the first time they've stopped him all night.
Helmet comes off. Sexton was there right away on Zulsdorf, who took the direct snap. And again, in high school, when that helmet comes off, you have to go off for a play. But Tremper defense able to turn away Bradford deep in their own territory here. So the offense will get back on the field for the Trojans. We'll take our 4th quarter break right here. 41-18, Kenosha Bradford on top of Kenosha Tremper in the battle for North Side, South Side bragging rights. Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's. Our own Mike McGivern throwing out his arm there.
Yeah, right.
Actually throwing T-shirts is what I should have said. But 41-18 with just over 4.5 minutes to go here in this ball game. Biggie looking to throw over the middle. Has a man there.
That's Gessert.
Gessert out across the 35-40 out near midfield. Gessert, a nice play. Kyle Newman brought him down, 36-yard gain, and all the way out.
Well, to Bradford's credit, they have substituted on defense now. The game is not in doubt anymore, and they're going to give some of the guys that don't play as much, the scout team guys that run the other team's plays during the week, give them a chance to get on the field and play, and that's what really should happen.
Biggie again rolling right. Over the middle, had
nice
it,
job.
lost it. Let's see that ball hit the turf or not.
Well, that was
Incomplete
that's
pass is
Zulsdorf,
what
I
they'll
guess.
call. Luke Zulsdorf back there.
They're going to leave the big guy in there, but the rest of them, he'll clean up the messes, I guess.
Chris Martinez still out there as well, the outside linebacker. He's played well tonight. Been in the grill of Big E all night long. Second down and 10 from midfield. Biggie with the blitz on, trying to fire to Santelli, wide, incomplete. So it brings up 3rd and 10 here for the Trojans.
You can see there's a little frustration on Santelli's body language there, and it's just one of those nights, nothing could go right. Tremper got off to a good start. They matched him 2 for 2 and the touchdowns to start the game, but then from that point on, it's really been all Bradford.
3rd and 10 from the 50. Here comes the blitz again, and Biggie's going to go down. Corner blitz that time. That was Mason Bowes for the Red Devils. Coming up with the sack. Bowes, a 150-pound junior, 5'6". We'll get another look. Came in clean.
That's number 14. That is that's Jordan Christensen.
Excuse me, Jordan Christensen. My bad, Jordan Christensen.
Give him credit because he did.
Absolutely, he came in clean, did what he was supposed to do, unblocked.
He's got that DVR running when he gets home. He wants to hear his name.
Maybe I should retire.
No.
Gessert's punt. And diving catch made there.
Is that Taylor?
Taylor Stoner back there once again. It is. Stoner able to save the possession there. Capelli down there. And so, Bradford with possession here. 3:23 to go. Again, coachable moment there. Matt Rizzo reminding Stoner, you've got to get up and underneath that ball, make that reception. You can't dive at it the last second. So let's see.
On the
Hoff's still going to be in there at quarterback.
They got their number one backs in there. Missing a...
Dontrell Smith. We're missing one person out there. Who's late coming on?
I think we're tight end. We don't have a tight end, do we?
And Bradford's going to have to spend a timeout here to avoid the delay of game penalty. That'll get the dander up just a little bit on that far sideline. Well, Bradford will finish 3-4 in the league. And 3-6 overall, missing the playoffs. Tremper tonight.
They'll finish up 4-5.
4-5 overall.
They only won 2 games in the league, though.
Yep. They were in a couple of ball games and late and just couldn't finish those games.
Yeah.
That's the big deal there. And going crazy here for the crazy train tonight.
I think the one thing I picked up about Tremper, if they could do it over or do it differently, they have not been a really good tackling team this year. Tackling is attitude. And not everybody is a good tackler, but they have to want to do it. And they just didn't have enough guys who seem to want to do it enough to make a difference on defense.
Mangum will just take it up the middle. Gain of 3, maybe 4. More importantly, just trying to bleed out this clock here late in the fourth quarter. Matt Wolf with the tackle. Wolf will be back next year, two-way player. Honorable mention all-conference a year ago as a sophomore.
He's one of the leaders of the team.
He will get behind this team. It all starts tomorrow for this Tremper team to get back into contention for next year.
Well, Coach Matrice said before the game that he's one of the leaders in the weight room, and that's where a lot of football games are won in the offseason by becoming stronger and better athlete. He also is a winner in the classroom as well. So those are the more of those kind of guys you have, the better off you're going to be.
We'll keep Mangum back as a safety here as they'll just take a knee by Hoff. He won't be able to run it all the way out here.
No. And that's a classy move. They don't have anything to prove. They have their first team in there.
That's a sign.
Just take a knee. That's a young coach who knows what it's all about.
I was going to say, that's Matt Rizzo taking control here and not trying to rub it in on someone he calls. They both call each other very close.
Yeah,
they're very close friends.
Last year he was on the other side of the field here. And so he knows what it's like.
See if they try and just go right up the middle here. Again, waiting for the signal from the back judge. Once he starts counting down, you got 5 seconds left. Hoff nearly lost the handoff as he keeps it now, trying to get across the 30, trying to stay in bounds, fighting for that first down stick, but got out of bounds.
That's interesting.
Got a penalty marker down as well.
They took a knee, and then they ran a play.
Neil Brunner, our referee tonight.
Hold. Offense. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
I think that's the first holding penalty, offensive holding penalty we've had called in that in either team.
That's just the 3rd penalty, I believe, on Bradford tonight. It'll bring up 4th down as Hoff went out of bounds just short of the 35-yard line, so Bradford will have to punt it away.
I think their first punt of the night.
Yes, it is. Nick Santelli awaiting the return. This will be a short punt. Santelli will let it roll. Takes a friendly Red Devil bounce inside the 25 down to the Tremper 22-yard line. Darius Williams down there to down that punt. And so Tremper now, see if they try and strike downfield here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. They probably going to put their second group in, give them a chance to play a little bit, it looks like. Maybe not. No.
Keeping those seniors and first teamers out
Yeah,
there for
give
the final
seniors
play.
a chance to play, finish it out. This is their swan song.
Ramonde and Santelli will line up here, double wing here to the left side. They'll try and run it up the left side, and not much there. So run the clock.
That was a new running back. I didn't catch his number, though.
Making the stop, Steven Soto, a junior defensive tackle, number 51 for Bradford.
Trying to see who the tailback. I can't
Liam
catch his
Peterson, I believe.
Might be, yeah.
6 foot, 190-pound sophomore is the tailback as Santelli goes in motion. Biggie trying to throw on the seam, makes the catch, breaking the tackle down the field.
I think he's gonna go
running
all
with
the
it
way,
is
yeah.
Donovan Wesley, and
Yeah.
Wesley will take it to the house.
Okay.
Touchdown, Tremper. Donovan Wesley out of the slot, just a little slant route. And the junior gets Tremper a touchdown here with 32 seconds left in the game.
Well, I hope he's got his VCR running or DVR running.
His 5th touchdown
That was a good
reception
throw.
of the year.
And a little post pattern. He just threw it right down the middle and broke a tackle there. And takes it a long ways, about a 65-yard touchdown.
Outrunning Kyle Newman to the goal line. So now, another problem tonight for Tremper has been the extra points. They've
go for 2, I guess.
a kick blocked on their first touchdown, and they haven't been able to convert
since.
Yeah. So they will go. High snap, Biggie able to flag it down, and he'll be stopped short of the goal line. Getting in there defensively was Scotty Bobek on special teams, able to deny them. So a 77-yard touchdown pass. And you see the junior Ramonde. It's only the senior Santelli.
Yeah.
Scott Steger right there in the middle of your screen,
Right.
the assistant coach for Bradford. A Carthage grad, a player for Bosco Jurikovic, the basketball coach.
Oh, we won't hold that against him.
No, not at all. That was part of a nice run
Yeah.
the Redmen had back in the early part of the 2000 decade. Final Four appearance.
Wow.
Practice just starting up.
That's right.
On Tuesday.
October 15th, huh?
Yep. No, Bosco's watching back home. Got to give him a little love now.
Yeah,
and
right.
then.
Yeah.
I'll hear about it. He'll be in my office tomorrow.
They are going to onside kick it. I'll be darned.
Yep, they're going to attempt an onside here on the near side with 32 seconds left.
Practice it. You might as well do it.
Well, it touched a Bradford player, and it skipped out of bounds right at the feet
Yeah, right.
of
Had a shot
head
at
coach
it.
Frank Matrice down there right in the middle of all that. So they tried it. I think getting down there, that might have been Littell who had a shot for Tremper
Yep.
once that crossed the midfield stripe. Once again, officials will confer here. Again, you've got an onside kick that goes out of bounds. Did it go the mandatory 10 and then sort all that
It
out?
was touched, I think. It was at the spot then.
prior to the kick. Encroachment. Kicking team.
Offside.
Dead ball foul, 5 yards, re-kick.
All right, so that's they have to re-kick because it was a dead ball.
Yep.
I was going to say, otherwise Bradford could decline the penalty and just take it right there and run out the clock. So by rule, let's see, they may end up doing that here. Let's see.
I wonder why they didn't blow the whistle right away rather than let him kick it.
Yep, by rule they have to re-kick because of the dead ball foul.
Right.
What are your thoughts on the playoffs? You know, coming up,
well,
who's got a shot?
Terry Kelly and I rode down here together, and we were talking about it. We don't see a real dominant team this year. Last year, Arrowhead was by far Division I was the best team, and then Homestead ended up in Division II and knocked off Wanakee last year, who had a 48-game winning streak. But right now, I don't know if there is a dominant team in Division I. If Homestead is in Division II, they will be very tough to contend with. I know Kimberly is a very good team up north. They're borderline Division I, Division II. I know 4 years ago when we played in Division I championship, they were in the game before with Wanakee. Now last year I think they were in Division I. So it all depends on who gets in, and it's all done by enrollment and that type of thing.
I'll try one more time. And it rolls the mandatory 10, and Bradford able to recover.
I think it was number 88.
Isaiah Brewer, sophomore wide receiver, on the recovery.
Another sophomore. Man, everybody's a sophomore.
Yeah, that was my thought too. I just didn't think there was a clear-cut Division I favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, the outlier, I think, is Sun Prairie. I think
Sun
they've
Prairie,
got a really good club again.
They do have a good club. They had a good club last year. They lost to Arrowhead, I think, in maybe in the semis. The Big 8 conference is not as strong as it has been, so it's hard to judge. Really, and it's a closed conference. They all play each other, so you don't have any non-conference games to compare with. But they are undefeated, and somebody's going to, they'll have a lot to say about it. That's for sure.
Hoff takes a knee. That should be our final snap of the ball game, and Bradford, for the 7th straight year, has knocked off its crosstown rival, Kenosha Tremper. Matt Rizzo, first-year head coach, knocking off his mentor. Again, he was the offensive coordinator here a year ago for the Trojans, and the two coaches meet with a handshake and a hug.
It's kind of, coaching is a fraternity, and you have former players and that do well and come back and coach. I had a lot of former players that coach with me, and it's really gratifying to have them around every day. They kind of become your sons in a way, the surrogate sons in it. And I think that's kind of the relationship that Frank and Matt have, and it's good to see. And you can see the handshake and respect for both teams respect each other. They don't like each other very well when they're playing football, but that's kind of the nature of the game. And then you move on, and life goes on.
Red Devils post the victory here tonight, 41-24 over Kenosha Tremper. We'll pause and take a break. Back with our post-game coverage, including the trophy presentation for our My 24 Thursday Night Lights football. We'll do that right after this. Bradford dominating this one here tonight, picking up their 7th straight in this series, knocking off Kenosha Tremper by a final of 41-24. They've now won 9 of the last 11 meetings, including playoff appearances the last couple of years, but neither team playoff eligible this year, but they won the crosstown playoff, if you will, here tonight as they knock off Tremper by a final of 41-24. We're just about set to issue a football, and we'll kick it downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Everybody's a comedian. Good job. Coach Rizzo, he's busted me up for something that happened early on. Coach, that's a good win for you guys. Great way to end the year. You got to be really proud of this team.
Absolutely. This team kept on fighting all year. I love these guys. I'm proud of these guys, and it's a way to end the season on the top.
We had talked how important it was for the senior class to get this win, and what that does to the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen to understand what it takes to be a really good quality football team. I would imagine the offseason, those younger boys are going to get after it pretty hard.
Yeah, this senior class has been a great group of guys who have led us all along, and they showed our guys one thing definitely tonight, that they don't quit no matter how the season goes, and they showed them a lot tonight to look forward to the future.
You bet. Terry Gaughan is general manager. My 24's got a ball for you guys.
Coach, congratulations on a great win, guys. Thank you very much for putting on a great show. Thanks, guys.
Red Devils a winner here tonight over Kenosha Tremper, 41-24. Take a final break, back with some final words here tonight from Amici Field in Kenosha. We'll do that right after this on My 24. Red Devils a winner over Kenosha Tremper tonight, 41-24 here at Amici Field in Kenosha. Red Devils finish off the year on a positive note as they jump to 3-4 in the league, 3-6 overall. Tremper falls to 2-5, 4-5 overall. Time now to thinking about the players of the game and for both teams, and for Bradford, and really not much of a surprise there, as for the Red Devils, it was Mangum, the running back.
Right, he had a really good night. Scored in the 5th play of the game. Had 3 touchdowns on that, I believe. And it's 28 carries, 176 yards, 2 TDs, 1 reception for 17 yards.
You got to credit that offensive line tonight, too. They did a nice job opening up some holes for Magnum. So Jay Mangum, our player of the game for Bradford, and for Tremper tonight, one of the guys chasing him down.
Well, yeah, and just didn't have enough guys to help him. But Jordan Littell is strong safety, number 30. He had 13 tackles tonight, which is that's a load for strong safety. And most of them are on Mangum. So great game for Jordan Littell.
So Jay Mangum and Jordan Littell are players of the game tonight from Amici Field in Kenosha. Bradford the winner over the Tremper Trojans. And Dick Basham, it's been a pleasure working with you on this for the 4 years of Thursday Night Lights. You've really put together a nice package here, and it's been a pleasure working with you and learning a lot as I went along here too from a great one. You've been a great person and a great coach, and
you're a very good play-by-play guy, and you do it well, and that made it real easy. And I want to thank Terry Gaughan and David Ford, who's no longer at the station, who hired me, and Mike McGivern, who suggested I might want to do it, and everybody else who helped us out. And thank you for all you've done to make it fun. All right? And we'll see you down the road, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Keep me in mind for a foursome or two, huh?
Okay, no problem.
Right. I want to thank our entire My 24 crew for an outstanding job once again this season. To Kara and Mike McGivern with the sideline interviews. Terry Kelly, outstanding job once again as our spotter all year long. Matt on stats tonight, as usual, the best. And Paul Rudolph and the entire technical crew, kudos for a great season. Thank you all for tuning in for a great season. Until next fall, this has been Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's on My 24. Bradford a winner. John Weiser saying good night from Kenosha.